Now I'm not muted. Now I'm not muted. Our base will fix all the problems. So no. So I turned on my Windows issues continue. I turned on my PC today. Also, hello, and I need to read everyone's name. He's in Kilo Delta, Astanox, Hagbrider, Arbase, Dagul, Monk, and on YouTube Tico. And hello everyone. Streaming in my sleep basically, 7 a.m. But I turned on Windows today, and I could not switch applications. It was weird. I tried to Alt-Tab, and the Alt-Tab menu didn't appear. And then I had icons on my taskbar, I would click them, and it wouldn't do anything. Like, I tried to click Discord or OBS, and it wouldn't swap the application I had open. I could manually minimize them, and then, like, if I needed them, like, open the start menu and try to open them again. But I couldn't actually swap applications. So I restarted my PC, and seems to have fixed stuff. Going on the big screen on the gym. Everyone working out can watch me. I did that with Marcel Voss videos years ago, and it was very cold, and I was stuck inside on the elliptical. I would watch him playing Roller Coaster Tycoon while I was doing my elliptical rehab. Ugh. It was one of those annoying things where, like, if you're a streamer, the last thing you want is a Windows updating your PC in the middle of a stream. And I had the, oh, you need to schedule the restart button pop up, so I was so freaked out that it would try to restart while I was streaming that I just installed it. When are we casting Z40 versus Sobek Arbase? Would you like to co-cast? We can cast that a third time. Windows is notoriously inconsistent when the sun isn't up yet. Oh, the sun's rising. The sun's rising. Is Mike was having Windows 11 problems? I have had so many Windows 11 audio problems. I don't know what it is, but streaming has been much worse on Windows 11. Time to swap to Linux and hope that Capture Age works on Linux. Oh, legit, Capture Age is legit the only reason I'm using Windows. Installed Linux Mint on 2 laptops that got stuck in Windows restart loops. Yeah. The sad thing is, whenever you buy a laptop, it, like, by and large, it comes pre-installed with Windows, and it's a version of Windows that's locked to the laptop, and you can't transfer it anywhere else. I once had this idea that I was thinking, oh, maybe I should move my license from the laptop to my desktop and just install Linux on my laptop. It's silly me thinking that the operating system you bought wouldn't be locked to the computer. Still using Windows 10. Honestly, upgrading from Windows 10 to Windows 11 was a horrible idea. It was an absolutely horrible idea. Do not do it. This experience has been a downgrade in every way. It's like upgrading from the original AoE 2 to DE and hoping the pathfinding improves, just to find out that it's worse. That they don't even have the source history of changes. Postponing that as long as possible. Our base can swap to Linux. He can enjoy an operating system that works. AoE 2 works fine. But AoE 2 plus Capture Age plus yes needs to work flawlessly. Killing the AI with champies today. Also, StreamerBot apparently doesn't work on Linux. Maybe it does, but it seems like it's mainly aimed at Windows. Hello, Snoopy. Hope it's going well. It just started. I think we're launching into the game. We are. So let's see the colors. Sora Kuma will be red, Z40 will be blue, and the civs will be Mongols versus Vietnamese. So a Civ matchup where I think the Vietnamese are pretty good against the Mongols in general, but the Mongols on Zimbabwe are very, very scary with all the hunt they can get. So this will be all about the hunt right at the start. Yeah, race, double check. This is Group B. I'm going off of memory, but I'm pretty sure this is Group B. Yep. Yeah, last night I asked Arbase what group it was, and he said to check the upload of the Rex. And then he typed the wrong group number in the upload for Miguel Wide. He wrote Group D when it was Group A. You've been debating going to Linux. 100% recommended on my end. Hello, a hot cow. Hello, Noob Netrum. Is it in the middle of the night for me? It is 7 a.m. for me. Yeah, I should memorize all the groups and all the players. I really should just write the group numbers in the player data sheet I have. And let my UI auto-update it. That would be the smart play. So we are loading in Zimbabwe. And here we go. Alright, lovely. We get the overlay set up. We will have Sora Kuma as the red Vietnamese to the southwest and Z40 as the blue Mongols to the northeast. Immediately our Mongol player, of course, will send a Viddle to grab a rhino. No loom. Will that Viddle be greedy enough to go for a second elephant? No, just one rhino. Ooh, not being greedy, not being greedy. Yeah, the Mongols, you gotta be extra greedy. Z40 will use the wonderful house trick. De-aggro the rhino. And look to bring the rhino in through the gate. No water buffalo to hold the gate open. Z40, yeah, lower the thing, lower it. Open the gate. Yeah. Rhinos behave differently with regards to gate than they did in the past. I'll need to make a video about that. I'll have to make a video about that. Alright, TC shoots the rhino. And ooh, okay, here's Sora Kuma. He's taking risks. He's taking risks. He's gonna go take the forward rhino, and he has loom. Am I gonna join the community one? Probably not, because I need to spend time doing the maps for the Brazil LAN over the summer, and I don't know if I have time to dedicate to playing in another tournament. And I already have map stuff I have to take care of. I have lots of AoE 2 projects, and right now I'm kind of more interested in doing coding projects than playing projects for AoE 2. Especially with all the new civs, like, I legit don't have any of the DLCs. I need to install this DLC and the previous one from the content creator codes I have. And then hope I can turn them off when I play rank, because I don't want to random the civs. Do I prefer the house trick or palisade? Oh! Palisade blocking? I prefer, in an absolute sense, I think the house trick is better because you don't actually build the house foundation and you don't spend any wood. And why did that rhino turn away? There's no universe in which that rhino should have turned away. Like, it was following the Vill. And in line of sight. What? What? Yeah. I've watched enough Rage Forest and now Zimbabwe lures to know that rhinos and boars behave very differently than they did in the past in respect to when they turn around. So this is going to be an investigation. This will be an investigation. I have lots of investigations to do. This will be an investigation. Thanks, DE. But yeah, using the palisade trick. So I think we've seen players do both of them. If you use the house trick, you de-aggro the animal, but you don't actually need to build the house as long as the house foundation is atop, or as long as the animal is atop the house foundation. Attempting to build it will cause it to walk off, and you won't actually build it because the animal's on top. The palisade trick is you use a palisade wall or a palisade gate, and that forces the animal to walk around it. But you actually have to spend a tiny bit of wood on it. So in general, I prefer the house trick. And yeah, like right there, it de-aggroes the elephants. And now the house from Z40 will be annoying, the elephants will walk back. But this Vil can go back and try to take them again. She'll just content herself with a single elephant. And now here is the Mongol Vil. Both scouts losing HP. Oh, Goths are an interesting civ for this map. I like that one. We've seen the Maya picked a couple of times, and the longer lasting hunt is nice for them. So yeah, I guess Goths kind of fulfill that same setup. But I think that Goths are a horrible matchup against Bohemians, and we've seen Bohemians picked quite a bit on this map. Could be an interesting choice against Mongols. So there's another elephant in for Sora Kuma. And Mongols, of course, picked because of the hunt. And, oh, if Z40 can get 3 elephants... Oh, this is going to be sick if he can get all 3. Now, here comes the scout from Sora Kuma. And could be a disaster if the Vil is killed. Could be a masterpiece if the Vil makes it. Oh, and... Oh, beautiful hits on the scout. Beautiful hits on the scout. And Z40 is going to kill Sora Kuma's scout. That is huge. That is huge. Sora Kuma will send the Vil back, and now it's all about blocking. He needs a water buffalo to open the gate. That Vil on 14 HP. Uphill from the elephant, so can tank an extra hit. And the gate needs to stay open. It closes the elephants, and they continue. They continue. They don't turn around this time. I don't know how these things behave anymore. Maybe it's random? It used to be completely random. And they'd walk back if you didn't hit them twice. But there we go, the Mongols. He took a rhino earlier. That's 1,600 hunt food that he can now take, and still some zebras to push in. I mean, all the work pushing in these zebras, and it's only 420 food. An elephant is 400. And it somehow aggroed your weak Vil. Sounds like our base needed to shoot with the TC. Like modern AoE 2. I hate that. I hate shooting with the TC so much. Make players ungarrison the Vils. Make them lose the Vils. That's the fun part of AoE 2. Needing to manage your Vils. Don't make it too easy. Did I check for Shalot Warrior? Didn't you ask that earlier? And I've been like streaming since then? Oh, was I muted when I answered that? Maybe I was muted when I answered that. No, I did not check for Shalot Warriors. I did not. I don't know if I was muted when I said that, but I'm not really interested in civs or anything from the DLCs. And I'd much rather have a working game, which doesn't really seem to be the focus. Viper's lure yesterday was so funny, he just went 4 elephants, no loom, and it didn't work. That's Viper. That's Viper. Maybe thinking he could meme and win against Vivi, but he needs to play very seriously in all of his games. Viper definitely at a risk of losing to some of the younger players. So there's Sora Kuma up to the feudal age. And Market Blacksmith from him. So what do the Vietnamese do against Mongols? Imp Skirms Bombard Cannon tends to be a really good composition. Rat and Archer Bombard Cannon even better. That buffalo freaks out. That's the hard thing about Twitch. People ask questions, and then you answer them, and you don't know if they hear the answer or not. Not just for me being silly and being muted, but also like if they get an ad. And they say something, I don't know if they hear it. Because even if you have an ad break, it's also random and also country-based. Whether people actually get ads. And Alucard, thank you very much for the sub.
Attila, coward, fight and earn your right to rule.
Let me know what quotation that was. I just woke up and I don't have my headphones on. So Castle Age for Z40, Castle Age also for Sora Kuma. Attila, coward. Alright. Fight and earn your right to rule. The Iron Boar lairs near here. Let the one who kills this mighty beast lead our people. Always shocked when you get an ad subbed in many places, more importantly, not a big ad market in Iceland. So, very fast castle. That's Mongols with all the hunt. Around 14 minutes, and Z40 is up. Time to go do TC the stone and the gold. There he goes. Bow saw and heavy plow, both being clicked immediately for Z40. Both eco upgrades with all those extra rhinos. And a ton of food to keep the TC running. Hasn't had to send too many vills over to wood. Has kept taking the elephants. His next goal is adding enough farms that he can boom. And will we see something aggressive from Sora Kuma, or will he just boom? No, content to boom, hoping that the Vietnamese have the better late game matchup against Mongols. Which I think they do. But will they, even with how good the boom will be from Z40? Well, I mean, res collected, not that different. All those rhinos and only 100 extra res. Bow saw immediately for Sora Kuma. Won't have heavy plow, but that'll be the only difference then. Is this TC on broken ground or not? I'm gonna guess no. I'm gonna guess no. The broken ground does get a bit wibbly out here. It would be nice were there an easier way to check, even just in game, to see if it, like, you click it and it gets an indicator. It's on broken ground or not. Maybe there'd be too much info though. I mean, maybe visually, like the graphics could be cracked of the building. That'd be cute. Is Broken Ground used in any official maps? Yes, it's used in the African Kingdoms maps. From the DLC where it was introduced. Local time is 7:20 a.m. Some walls up for Sora Kuma as he adds farms around the TC. And an ostrich will be pushed in for Z40. So good Vill lead now, 40 to 35. And even though res collected was still the same, he did get his TCs up just a bit faster. That's now giving him a 4-villager lead. And res collected are starting to skyrocket for him. So ostrich pushed in. Vills will take the stone. Swamp terrain that slows down units? It would be nice to have more terrains. Like a lava terrain that damages units? I'm sure you could come up with ideas. I think terrains and stuff are a lot more interesting than, like, units. Or let's people be creative with map designs, rather than just forced to the same weird unit choices over and over. So Meltdown is for. Meltdown just shoots fire at you. Typo in the title? Base, you could tell me in the chat. Sora Kuma versus Z40. Oh, our title in the clip. Base, okay. There you go, sent me a clip. I was like, wait a minute, with my stream title, I didn't spell anything wrong there. Damaging terrain in campaigns is all done through scenario triggers. It's not the actual terrain. Mangonel from Z40. Mangonel ready to pop out. Titans League. Do I have a capital I? Titans. Oh, the title is misspelled. It actually is misspelled. Did our base tell me my title isn't misspelled when it is? And ooh, low HP Vill. Well, the Mangonel pops out. And Fire Lancers now. How do you deal with Fire Lancers if you're Mongols? Scorpions? Probably don't. They don't do enough damage against the Vietnamese and their HP. Oh, the Fire Lancer doesn't kill the Vill. Oh, maybe monks are an answer. And double barracks Fire Lancers, or is double monastery monks the answer to this? Hello, Lexi. Oh, Mangonel so far not hitting anything. And a Mangonel out for Sora Kuma. Would Mangudai even be an answer to these? Do they have more HP than Mangudai? I think they do if you don't get bloodlines. Oh, okay. The TC is an answer to one. I love this idea of stepping up the hill. And every step you take gives you a bit more damage. I'll have to incorporate that into a map. I have some ideas. Hello. Is that supposed to be an emote? Hello. People type stuff in the chat, and I don't understand it sometimes, and I think it comes from somewhere else. Alright, so 3 Fire Lancers running under the TC, and splitting, dodging TC shots, Mangonel fire. And they get away. They get away to tank another Mangonel shot. Oh, they'll keep the Mangonel off the tower. And the workshop looks like it's going to go down. But there's the castle, and now it's Mangudai time. Morning, Mr. Herder. It's a better Twitch TV emote. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't use that. And a watchtower up for Sora Kuma. There's guard tower and squires. Mangudai are being queued. Mangudai on the way. No bloodlines, no fletching. Fletching just coming in now. And the guard tower rush for Sora Kuma will keep pressuring this TC. Tons of stone mined so far. But nothing that really is accessible outside the hill for Z40. Go forward with another Mangonel. Try to keep the Vills off of the next guard tower foundation. And ooh, all the Vills are very weak. All very weak. Ballistics for Sora Kuma, that'll help out the towers. Mangonel needs to go back and deny that. Line of sight. Line of sight doesn't quite see the Vills. Sees the tower because the tower's attacking. The TC will go down. The tower goes up, so more middle control for Sora Kuma. We'll lose a TC, though, to that castle. And can the castle hit the guard tower? It might be able to. Might be able to. Here now, though, are the Mangudai. And they should be able to snipe off 3 Mangonels if they're careful. Fire Lancer's a bigger issue, though. Looks like the Mangonel got a shot on the Fire Lancers. Oh, a nice micro from Z40. That might save him. He'll leave the Mangonel, but the Mangudai should be able to finish the Fire Lancers now. Alright, so Fire Lancers. At least they died to Mangudai. One weakness is the Mangudai. Oh, look! Skirmisher time for Z40. There's Imp. I mean, Skirmisher time for Sora Kuma. There's Imp. I think I had Z40 in the red yesterday. Gotta get used to the color swap. Winning Beba Cakes. Is it enough ranges? 6 range skirms? And what answer do the Mongols have to Skirm Fire Lancer? I think it has to be Heavy Siege. That's going to be very expensive. And it's expensive against a player who's already down in res. There's Imp for Z40. Yeah, he swapped color. The downside is everyone's going to be different colors every so often because they're going to play each other. Everyone plays each other. Unless I could designate an individual color for everyone and keep using it. I don't think there are enough colors to do that without having colorblind issues. I can't do red versus green, or purple versus blue, or cyan versus blue. Or red versus orange. Okay, lion killed by the Vil. I don't want to use gray. Only Viper gets his yellow. Andy gets his orange. If Back comes back, he'll get his orange. Alright, so Mongol ranges. Do we see Mongol skirms that lack the final armor upgrade? That will be very awkward. Now castle on the hill as Sora Kuma does guard tower and gets ready for a bombard cannon. And ram push at the front. So Z40 saying, okay, you can take the hill. I will push your base. Thumb Ring, Bloodlines, Bracer, upgrade to get the Mangudai, and get ready for a ram push. So 80 hit points, Elite Fire Lancer will dwarf them in hit points. Want some ram upgrades too for Z40. And maybe a quick ram push is his best hope, but guard towers are ready to keep the Mangudai away from the rams, makes it a bit awkward. And it will be full guard tower defense. I think we do need to see capped ram this push to have any chance of success. Because this castle needs to do conscription at some point because it won't stay up for long. Well, maybe other castles could do it. But the skirms are there. The skirms are already out for Sora Kuma. Z40 will try to get the castle up. This castle might be denied by the skirms. Chemistry, leather archer armor on the way. Fire Lancer's there to try to fight the rams. This castle, 95%. Hero villager, 5 HP. Castle's at 95.92%. The skirms run. There's one vill in the castle. The rams here will be destroyed by vills. The guard towers keep the Mangudais away. Conscription, will it finish in this castle? That is at 100%. Conscription does finish, but the castle goes down. The trebs from atop the hill treb it down. And meanwhile, this castle's stuck at 95%. One vill healing up a bit. And another set of villagers sent. They'll finish the castle. Well, things looking pretty awkward now for Z40. Starting to get to the Mongol composition he wants. Getting light cav. Remember, extra HP for them, but they missed the final armor upgrade. Doesn't have any armor upgrades yet. Yeah, the skirms are gonna massacre these light cav here. Maybe they get the treb. They actually attack. Attacks the castle. Like a 1 sec audio issue. Is there an audio issue? Like static feedback blips? I'll try something else then. Unmuted, but probably bad audio quality then. Try to listen to this myself. We can Windows 11. Now there's a GG from Z40. Sorry about the audio issues. I'm really quiet. Okay, is it good now? Alright, I unplugged something and plugged it back in. How's it even winnable for Mongols? Mongols would be all about the eco and the early hunt, but even with all the rhinos and elephants, the Vietnamese eco was okay. Let me listen to myself. Keep talking for a minute. Yeah, keep talking for a minute. Okay, let me listen to myself. Sounds okay, I think. Maybe. Okay, hopefully it's okay. Seems fine. All right. I had to unplug something and plugged it back in. That seems to have fixed it. Sorry about that. One day we'll have technology that works. It'll be a lovely day and we'll all celebrate. And technology will not be filled with AI. So 5928 KD for Sora Kuma. Better res collected for him. Yeah, this is where I don't know if it's an audio interface issue and I need to get a different audio interface, or if it's a Windows 11 issue. When we celebrate, it'll break again? Probably. So let's see, what are the civs for Seychelles? Let's check off the civs. So map Zimbabwe, won by Sora Kuma. Seychelles, probably Bengalis or Japanese or Dravidians against Koreans. Sounded like a hardware issue rather than software, but audio problems are the devil. Well, it seems like unplugging it and plugging it back in fixed it. Did I cast this game last evening? Nope. That was Z40 Sobek for the second time. I intended to, but it got rescheduled. Spec dashboard. Seychelles. A very early stream. And Plumpulp, thank you very much for the sub.
Renaldi's attacking our caravan!
Oh, those Crusaders attacking our caravans. Thank you for the sub. And here we are, game number 2 on Seychelles. Seychelles, a map that can be super long and campy, and also can be over in about 5 minutes if someone goes for a quick forward and the forward either succeeds or fails miserably. Already we have a pig being lamed from Sora Kuma. Went immediately to Z40's side of the island. I can barely even load in and there's laming. So thank you, Plumpulp. Also earlier, Alucard. Also for the subs. I appreciate it, especially those tier 1 subs that count towards Partner Plus. We're slowly working our way towards that 70-30 split for Twitch. Second pig ran for its life. Yeah, you can put pigs on transport ships. That was something you couldn't do in AOC. It was a feature they added to the HD edition, or at least they said they added, and it didn't work. And we got it working in Wooloo Kingdoms. Thankfully, it works in DE. Oh, Bill on the transport. Bill on the transport. So Z40 might think, oh, Sora Kuma, it was just here to lame. That's a pig on the transport. And now he has some camouflage. Now that flag on the transport doesn't necessarily mean a Vil. It could just be a pig. Oh, well, those are some mind games right there. I realize I don't think I made a post on Discord that I'm live. That's because my Windows stopped working. And I completely forgot after restarting my PC. So, extra sneaky dock. Won't be too sneaky if Sora Kuma sees it, though. The transport might be able to run around. And... wait, where'd the Vil go? That's a pig on the transport. Oh, the Vil is docking out here? What? He docked a neutral island. What the heck? This is amazing. Where's T90 when we need him? Where are the archery ranges? This man alone on this island will have one shorefish. And then that's it. He's got no food after that shorefish. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. This island can't even fit archery ranges. Yeah, and Z40 probably thinks there's still a pig on that transport. So the Way and Georgians... What are these civs for Seychelles? Rename the village. I can't rename the vills. That's a T90 thing. I can't rename them, sadly. It would be nice if vills were auto-named after people in the Twitch chat. That'd be cool. Did the map get updated to add more deep fish around the small islands? No, it did not. I did update the map to restore a couple of gold and stone mines that were missing from the other islands. See, Twitch might play an ad in 3 minutes. I'm just going to let it roll because I think it'll be a 30-second ad. So apologies for that. Once again, you can hop over to the YouTube stream if you don't want to have to deal with the annoying Twitch ads. Take the map and make it ludicrous size for the Brazil land. Yeah, alright, so we're going to get a bunch of Brazil-themed maps. Right? We're not having, like, standard stuff. That's why I've been trying to get ideas for places in Brazil for a while. I need some responses about that. You have no ads. It'll be in 2 minutes. Oh, you're subbed, though. You're subbed, though. Hello, 2 coffees, please. I'm on my first coffee. Hello, Flying Gunman. Oh, the Bill moved. The Bill moved. He's done with this island. Done with this island, and he's moving to another island. Oh, he's migrating. Look at him go. So forward scout from Z40. Does Z40 have a barracks? Does he have a forward dock? No, he's just fish booming in the back. There's the barracks. So this is Z40's home map. Sora Kuma has a plan, though. And Z40 scouting with the fishing ship will find this. Won't steal the pig. The veil close enough to the pig. He steals the pig. So Z40 finds it. He finds it. It won't be a completely clandestine offshore economy. But the second dock so far might be hidden. Yeah, the old Killer Bee saying, the clandestine economy. Hello, Imperial Villager. So, double barracks for Sora Kuma, barracks, and a house for him. And another house along the side. More vills head out to the shorefish. I like the upcoming water rework. Personally, I was not a fan of it during Thalassocracy. We'll see if the balance changes they made towards it change anything. Personally, I thought that it kind of made water rather boring. Not that water was already the most exciting thing, but really wasn't a fan of it myself. Yeah, we'll need to test if demos actually are still as useless as they are. Demos are the fun part about water. And nerfing them was very weird. Yeah, I don't want to see more Hulk versus Hulk action. Yeah, usually I'd be excited for Islands of Migration, the map pool, but with the DLC, I'm just like, eh. Oh, the transport with the pig on it destroyed. Oh, I didn't think about that, but the herdable animal now lost at sea in the transport. A way to remove herdables without corpses. Galleys now forward for Sora Kuma. Z40 with a score lead. But you get enough galleys with fletching in the current meta, you should win the water. Yeah, he no pig. And fletching for Sora Kuma needs yet to 4+ galleys, and you're usually pretty good. A couple of fires of the meat shield in front, and yeah, 30-second ad, so just run it. And so Sora Kuma takes a score lead. We'll have a middle dock from Z40, as he's adding in a few scouts from the stable. For the most part, Sora Kuma's walled, but not fully walled yet. And he will have to be wary of those scouts. His scout not in a position to see them right here. As the galleys move forward for Sora Kuma. Middle dock going up. Stable 4 scouts inside, filled with scouts. And does feel like Sora Kuma's winning the water and winning it pretty easily now that he's made the switch to galleys. Do I like Premier League? Like the soccer thing? I don't watch soccer at all. Our galleys being destroyed. One of the Mets. The Mets are probably not signing anyone, our base. We don't call it soccer, mister. We do if you're a proper American. Vills attack the scouts. They'll go for another kill on another Vill. Vills go down. And nice scout raid from Z40. Getting some aggression on land. Defensive spears for Sora Kuma, but he's now paying the price for not being fully walled. The TC does not keep scouts out. They'll take some damage, but run through. It's not like archers. And now they'll maybe be a bit trapped in the back. Some quick gates for Sora Kuma. And with the gates, he should have spear versus scout guaranteed here. Oh, there's a hole. There's always a hole. And they find a way to slip outside by the rock. A rock. Messing up what could have been in a clear of 4 scouts. On the water, though, that is clear. Z40 has had to start fishing in the middle. But Sora Kuma, needing to clean the scouts, hasn't actually seen that. Brought his own scout back and didn't see the dock. And here, these are Georgian scouts. They will regenerate eventually. Oh, thank you for the donation. Thank you very much. Oh, I need to actually read the donation. That menu was way too strong. Way too small for me. Thank you so much for the donation. The days when Windows worked better. Activity feed. Hi, longtime fan. Love watching your videos on YouTube. Have a nice day. Well, thank you very much for the donation. I need to get back to editing YouTube videos. I've had so much map scripting I haven't had time, but I know. Well, I guess this Brazil thing is my next project. Hopefully we're done with that in a couple weeks, as far as the scripting is concerned. So fire galley attacking the rest of the galleys, and the fire galley goes down. That was loud. Yeah, a couple of weeks. The goal is to get it done by or at least it had the bulk of the maps done by the beginning of March. There'll still be small changes and tweaks and bug fixes and stuff, but that's my goal by the last weekend in February. So I'm finally having DLC access, so we can actually get started properly. So Castle Age and padded archer armor for Sora Kuma, a bit faster than Z40. I'll need to go decrease the sound of that alert though. That was louder compared to the other ones. Yeah, is this the Sobek Z40 set we've been waiting for the 3rd time? A bit louder? Alright, alright. And 3, 2, 1, Castle Age for Sora Kuma, who at this point still hasn't seen the dock in the middle. But we'll do a fire galley, just in anticipatory fire galley, to try to disrupt the fish in the middle. That's a lot of scouts that could turn into light cav for Z40, and he does have a forward Vill. TC for Sora Kuma, ooh. Now that's a risky TC, but he does have Shinbei Raiders and a couple of spears, so probably not all that much of a risk. If he sees this and kills the Vill, then it's probably GG with all the water control he has. And he will see the scouts at least. Spears there to engage. And the scouts here are most important that they tie up their Shinbei Raiders so they don't see the workshop. And this is a nice fight from Z40. The spears took a while to go down, but they do go down. As healing Georgian scouts, they have forging. And TC denied. Or at least delayed, as the scouts... wants to get that last Vil. And he will get it. Wow, you see this and you'd think Shenbei Raiders would be awful. Instead of insanely good. But your PC is gone. I can probably adjust that. There's the workshop. Alert box settings. Tip alert. Volume 50%. Volume 35%. Yeah, let's just do a test. Alright, chat, tell me if this is quieter. Let's do a test donation. Is that better or is that still too loud? Give me some feedback. Perfect. Better. Good. Alright. Thank you, chat. So, 1, 2, and then 3 mangonels for Z40. Z40, for the most part, is walled on his side of the map. Sora Kuma will try to pressure. With headphones probably a little loud still. Thought your PC was restarting. I can turn it down a tiny bit more. The Shenbei Raiders trying to stop Vils from rewalling, but the outside water control still is there for Z40, and the mangonels pop out of the workshop. Danger close shot, destroys the Huiguang Cav. But another mangonel hit from behind. Sora Kuma is doing his own defensive mangonels, trying to do a third TC. And this will be a 2 TC push from Z40. But really far down in score. Still close in res collected, though. Score might just be water so far. Huiguang Cav, though, can deal with mangonels if there's nothing to protect them. Your PC was restarting. Maybe we'll find a new sound. And these 2 mangonels will be destroyed. They will go down right away. Nothing they can do against melee cap. The forward is cleaned. Zemi added the new civs to the draft website. I'm going to need to add the new civs to my overlay. Now, the Shenbei Raiders getting in. Fortified churches trying to defend. This looks very over for Z40. Unfortunately, this looks very over for him. Churches are great for delaying the inevitable, but that is delaying it. And now the workshop is cleaned. The workshop is destroyed by the mangonels and the ram. And an attempted third TC from Z40. 66 to 64, at least he's okay on Vils, but 8 fishing ships still. I guess these fishing ships do need more docks. They're not all that efficient out here. Yeah, now Arbase can make the drafts for the next round of the tournament. Alright, good. Looks like the change saved. Everything louder than my voice is too loud. You watch in the evening to sleep. The PTSD people have from that Windows XP startup sound they probably haven't heard in 15 years. Yeah, Monk picked off by the Shenbei Raiders. And double fortified churches to try to trap the Shenbei Raiders, but I think they kill this army, then kill the Vils. I know churches are constructed quickly. More army coming over. Maybe they don't stop these. They maybe should have targeted the vills. There's gonna be 2 churches up. I think Z40 probably should have went for the vills there. That'll just delay the end of this game. They probably are still subject to change, so like the day the DLC goes live, I'll have to update my overlay to add the new units. And yet you're so far apart on Seychelles, it can be difficult to end the game. And especially Mangonels pushing fortified churches. This takes forever and even worse against the Georgians, because they'll receive less damage on higher elevation. And a watchtower for Z40. Trying to help out against the Mangonels. If he does guard tower, and Georgians can do spawn tower, those towers are scary. They fix that? Oh, for the woo. I don't know. I haven't checked. It's the Imperial Age and leather archer armor for Sora Kuma. What is it, 43 damage? Yeah, this 42.5 damage does pretty much nothing. This fortified church, 1 vill can repair that and get it back to full HP for like less than 100 wood. Right here, this is probably like 50 wood to repair. But Imp for Sora Kuma. Maybe Imp ends the game if he gets the forward castle. And almost destroyed. And one last big fight from Z40. He wins this fight, he might stop the castle. And looks like he'll just delay the castle. Delay it more than anything. And another castle up on the edge of the crossing. Here between Sora Kuma and Z40. As the Tiger Cav are amassed for him. And Chain Barding Armor, Imp, and Thumb Ring all on the way. We'll have a defensive castle from Z40. But with Imp in, the way you can start doing the Lutron to try to destroy that. That's their, essentially their trebuchet catapult ship. Their cannon galleon replacement. And oh, is this a DauT castle? This might be a DauT castle. Z40 trying to click up to Imp, but he will type a censored GG. Everyone, type your favorite chat filter number of pound symbols in the chat. GG. And Sora Kuma. Oh my gosh. Freaking chat filter. I'll go up 2-0. Alright, so checking out stats. I got messages about Rage Forest. So that's a 39 to 18 KD for Sora Kuma. As far as eco is concerned, better eco for him too. Oh, we got a sub.
Highwaymen preying on helpless travelers. What has become of our homeland?
Thank you very much, Star Wars, yeah. Maybe he wrote something instead of G, he wrote GG and got chat filtered, I'm sure. I think there's a problem if you write, like, star GG. Sometimes it gets censored. But, anyway, so that's 2-0 for Sora Kuma. And now, chat, we have we have to make a decision because DauT versus Capoch should be starting soon. And by soon, I mean like right now. And I think most people probably want to see DauT Capoch. Considering this is it's already over, kind of, 2-0. This is the same group, so Sora Kuma's result does matter. Let me see if we actually have that set started. I don't see them anywhere yet. They haven't drafted yet. And African River can be fast. So there's a chance we do African River, and it's over. So I'll just hop into this. And I don't want to have to leave mid-game. So I'm going to hope this is a quick one. It's a loss on Seychelles for Z40. And for Civs, that was George. I don't know why he went Georgians. Of all the Civs, Dravidians, Bengalis, Japanese, Georgians seem like the least appropriate for that map. Although I could also say the same thing for Sora Kuma. I don't know why he went way on that map. Felt like that was a Koreans map for sure. Not even started drafting? Alright, maybe we got time then. Maybe we got time. They're already in African River. Will be Japanese against Maya. Hold on, let me... They're 2 minutes into the game, and there is some laming, so let me just restart that so we actually see it properly from the start and don't have a speed up. Wouldn't it be lovely to stay in sync with players as they were launching games? Alright, so we're gonna go normal speed because there was some laming. And we're not gonna miss the laming. Alright, so it is Z40, he'll be to the west as the blue Japanese, and Sora Kuma will be to the east as the red Maya. Immediately he does loom, and the Vil and the Eagle go forward. And he is aiming to hit that rhino. He's laming zebras on the way. Z40 sees the Vil, and he should be going to take the rhino right now. Like, send the Vil, take the rhino, don't be lamed. That is a loomed Vil. He doesn't see where the Eagle is yet. Now he will. And the Eagle does beat the Scout in the Dark Age. Scout's just a tiny bit faster. And the Vil gets the shot first for Sora Kuma. And he's going to try to lame the Rhino using the Palisades. And at the same time, that Vil does not have Loom. The Eagle gets 2 hits on the Vil. And this will be a dead Rhino. Can no longer get the last hit with the Eagle and remove the food from it. But it will be very far from the TC. And would have to be just a huge group of Vils taking the Rhino if you wanted it. And I think you should be able to get the Vil back safely now. So nice laming at the start for Sora Kuma. Alright, we'll catch up to real time then. Some Dark Age. Nice, safe Rhino lore for Sora Kuma. So Maya Japanese. Maya couldn't even skip the water on this game and go pure land aggression. Hello, Ostrich, trapped by the lumber camp now. Oh, Eagle's trying to fight the Scout as best it can. And Ray, thank you for the raid. And we'll have a forward Vil from Z40 too. That Eagle pretty low on HP. Vil just trying to lame Ostriches as best she can. Love the Maya pick here. Hello, Ray Cliffy, and thank you, T19 Official, for the follow. Yeah, and our base, I think, should be keeping track of DauT versus Capoch for us, letting us know when that draft starts. So welcome in, everyone. Drafting now. All right, drafting now. See, I think we can still speed this up a bit. There's a chance this game is 1 man-at-arms rush, and then it's over. As more laming is finished for Sora Kuma, too. You got Capoch in a ranked game 30 minutes ago. That's how Capoch is warming up, playing against Ray. So both players docking, and I think that is real time. Sora Kuma is better than running. He should be platinum. Well, Sora Kuma, he has a chance. DauT Capoch is are the other two players competitive in this group. Sora Kuma DauT will be the final week. Well, Sora Kuma getting 2 wins against Z40 is, well, bad for DauT and Capoch. As I think he has a nice lead in this game, too. Thanks to the laming, being up to feudal first, and he actually didn't skip the water, just docking. If he's warmed up and wins, it's because of Ray. He was silver last year, I think, but we'll make the jump to platinum. He's been playing much better this year. I don't know what type of training he's doing with tag, but it seems to be paying off for him. Sato, MBL, Mihai, and also Z40. Lost to Wide last year in silver. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. He didn't play a full season. He was the qualifier in silver. Both lost 10 vills at the start of Castle. Ray giving us the play-by-play on what happened in his game against Capoch. Okay, everybody's sending me the DauT Capoch drafts. Is the link broken for the Civ draft? Oh, DauT picks Coast Arena, yes. For some reason, Civ draft links haven't been working on Discord. I don't know why. Recently, but it says Spectator. So, Sora Kuma is Z40 up to feudal. And DauT has blessed us by picking Coast Arena as his home map. So that will be amazing. And dock for Sora Kuma. Now, you can't actually dock block on this map if you do 2 docks. I had to double check and make sure that was consistent. You pretty much... Every side will have a spot where you can do that. So, forward, fire galleys for him trying to disrupt the Japanese fishing. On land, it will, of course, be men-at-arms from Z40. Nothing surprising there, so Sora Kuma immediately does a tower. As the men-at-arms upgrade is just about finished for Z40. They'll have a house and some more palisade walls on their way up. The men-at-arms will get in under the tower, though. Sora Kuma not garrisoning right away. And they'll get a hill bonus as they fight the tower, but the Vills will fight them. And nice shot focusing the weak man-at-arms. Oh, that was perfectly done from Sora Kuma with that tower fire. And he's going to hit them as they run away. Oh, that was a disaster for Z40. Absolute disaster as he's in a fire galley fight on water. Second galley out for Sora Kuma. And if he can defend this without needing to commit to the archery range, then he'll have the advantage on water with extra wood. Demo to snipe the Repairville would also be sick. And now he's adding the range. But his barracks and range came up much later. He'll need to do a few skirms, probably. But those men-at-arms have so much HP lost. And the walls are up for Sora Kuma. He feels like he's in a good spot with the defense. Is Z40 related to T90? I don't believe so. As far as I know, our Taiwanese player is not related to our American from Pennsylvania caster. I've never asked them, though. I would assume the answer is no. You got MBL in your second match on the Red Bull ladder. So a few archers for Z40. Arbase, give me an update if DauT and Capoch are starting. Guys, this game's looking pretty darn good for Sora Kuma so far. DauT picking the civs. Alright, starting the civ draft. We got time then. Archers killing some vills. And the men-at-arms still outside the house, but there's an archer to defend. Fletching will even be in first for Sora Kuma. The longer-lasting resource bonus for the shorefish by the TC is also incredibly good for the Maya. So fletching for both, 3 archers to 3, and Sora Kuma's production for the cheaper archers is great. Men-at-arms might harass the fishing ships. Sora Kuma has to be careful here. One demo would collapse the army. He could run the fishing ships forward on the water where his fire is. His fires are going around the outside, sneaking forward to try to find the extra dock, and find it he will. So both players having their fishing ships harassed a bit. More commitment on the water from Z40. Really wants to keep his Japanese fishing ships in a position where they're safe. Outpost on the back for Sora Kuma. Sora Kuma looks like he's close to going up. Friends collected still pretty similar, but with the better KD, I think Sora Kuma's ahead. Oh, here comes a demo. That will be bad for the archers. Okay, Sora Kuma cannot be demoed here. You can leave it for the fishing ships. Oh, gets 2 fishing ships and an archer. Okay, decently exploded by the demo. Oh, men-at-arms right on top of the relic. That was weird. And Castle Age for Sora Kuma. Which civ used to have the shorefish gathering bonus? That was the Indians. That was the old Indians before the Dynasties of India expansion. And Castle Age for Sora Kuma. Z40 looks like he's not close. Could be a Castle Age GG. Don't know if Z40 calls it that early. There's a barracks, so looks like double, if not triple barracks eagles. That should be able to flood in as soon as Sora Kuma's up. There's a market, so that does actually make a pretty easy wall. Although the porous wood lines are tricky to fill every single gap. Remember when Old Indians were the best civ? Hey, Old Indians, I had a 100% win rate on AoE2 Insights. They finally updated that at some point. I no longer have my best civ as my 100% win rate, which is sad. Yeah, the Javidians have the carry capacity bonus, but that's not quite as impactful for the most part, since usually your mills are right next to the shorefish. The Romans have 5% faster gathering shorefish. That's why we see them so much on those shorefish men-at-arms maps. More specific? Honestly, I hope that they don't make civs more specific. I think for AoE 2, it's good that civs can be played in a variety of different ways. The old Into China scenario, where you played against 4 or 5 Chinese opponents, was great because the civ was so flexible, every opponent was doing something different. You had the one civ doing Scorpions crossbows, the other doing Chuko News and Trebs. One was the late game imp with the Cavaliers and the Wonder and all the other tech. The other civ was the more mid-game, men-at-arms, longswords, archers. And all of them use the civs in different ways. I think if you start renaming civs and trying to make them more specific, that also starts to happen in how the civs are designed and specialized. And you end up making lots of very specific units, where, kind of like the Way are an example, where all their unique units are so strong, you go for the unique units in preference to anything else. And you miss some of the fun of being able to explore the tech tree and go for varieties of units in different situations. And I think that just the general idea of taking civs and making them more specific is, as far as civ design is concerned, one of the weaker ways of designing civs. Yeah, too many unique units. Does new water drop with the new expansion? Yes, it does. And I'm Shabby and Newborn HD, thank you for the follows. So there's Z40 up to Castle, so he wasn't giving up as soon as Sora Kuma hit Castle, but Sora Kuma will go for the forward TC along with the workshop. Ram will try to break through the house. So Bowsaw on the way for Sora Kuma. More eagles pour forward. How are the rules about TTL and new patch / civs? For the most part, we go onto the new patch. I think we have one round for each league that'll finish. So the final round of Silver finishes on the old patch. Then there's a break in the playoffs will be on the new patch. The map scripts are written in a way that the same map should work for both patches. And here's the eagle push from Sora Kuma. We saw him out in the barracks during the transition, or the barracks is during the transition. Or the barracks is its own plural. That always trips me up. And good push on the guard tower. Crossbows will pop out to hit Vils. Because Vils need to stay garrisoned. I mean, great hold from Z40 against the Rams. He's down by a huge number of Vils. Just doing his TC now, the monk could try to disrupt that. But another TC from Sora Kuma. So not ending the game with one push. Those Eagles didn't have their second armor upgrade. That does make them much weaker when the crossbows having that extra point of damage. Thanks for all the maps and casts. Well, thanks for the follow. Thanks for stopping by the stream. And will the Eagles stop the TC? No, they won't. No, they won't. Won't be in time. And these are still scouts. They're not warriors. I mean, if that was a push with Eagle Warriors and with the Eagle Warriors in the armor, I think the game would probably be over. More so than it is already. But now Japanese Cav Archers train for Z40. Z40 has the score lead. I still think Sora Kuma's in a commanding lead right here. But he has lost the water. And lost the water to someone with Japanese fishing ships. That doesn't feel good. In the late game, the Maya, they don't have any cannon galleon now. They will have a catapult ship in the next patch, but not now. And water control does let you range so much in the both on the outside and inside parts of the map that lacking that type of ship could be devastating. But also lacking Vils will be pretty devastating. And in terms of actual Vils, it's 61 to 32 for Sora Kuma. Z40 somehow still has a Vil lead, or has a score lead though. Want water that tastes like real water. That is always good when your water tastes like water. Yeah, Arbase, what's the status of DauT Capoch? Are they starting soon? Yeah, score is water and scouting, I think. Let's see. Scouting only on the inside for Z40. Same thing, for Sora Kuma. Well, so both of them have the same scouting. Score is water then. 2K res collected lead for Sora Kuma. And I think it's safe to say he's gonna win this, but I've been mistaken on this map before. We've seen some crazy comebacks in TTL. And, well, crossbows a few there for Z4. Ooh, wait. What do we have here? Castle drop. We need Maya CA. That's what Plume's archers basically are. And, alright, counter castle immediately from Sora Kuma. And Z40 says, nope, I'm not putting my castle there. I'm moving it back outside the tower. He doesn't see the castle, though. He can probably anticipate that there'll be a defensive castle from Sora Kuma. But even that slight change of location does hurt. And we can see a workshop and ram push for Sora Kuma behind this. He's still booming away on 3 TCs and starting to mangonel the starting TC of Z40. There he gets the castle up. And maybe it's petard time. Might be sudden disaster time. They're in the lobby. Alright, in the lobby. So they will have a Dark Age, so I take it as soon as this game ends, they'll just hop into the next one. 30 seconds. Alright, so this TC going to be mangonelled and rammed. Dock in the middle from Z40. As the crossbows around the back will start hitting the wood line. Mills there from Sora Kuma have to run away. Z40 with the water control might still hang on for a bit. So plumed archers in the castle for Sora Kuma. That'll give the castle more arrows and help him out in that fight. But the main TC is falling for Z40 as Sora Kuma is pulling farther ahead in score and is up by 3,000 resources collected. Japanese CA doing what they can to stall out the push. Don't see any petards for either player, no rams. Well, it's time for plumed archers to start getting into the eco. Guard tower for Z40. CA is not the best answer to a ram. Not necessarily, not the worst. Okay, a couple of vills out here. Could be picked off by the cav archers. And okay, this is not good for Sora Kuma. I mean, he has vills to spare. It's 81 to 50. But he will lose a few and maybe lose the monk. Only 15 military to 32. Some of that is fire galleys. But he is going for plumed archers. And man, I feel like if he had just, instead of doing the second TC, invested into Eagle Warrior plus Arbor, that initial push he had probably would have won the game for him. But now the tower is down for Sora Kuma. He's being forced to the outside. And Mangonel soon can get around the back to hit the TC. Will the new civs get to make Charlotte Warriors from converted stables? I don't know. People have been asking that. I have not checked that yet. Okay, there's the GG from Z40 as the cav archers are cleaned by the plumes. So congrats to Sora Kuma there for the win. And he will be victorious. Alright, so that's a 55 KD win for... Or 55 to 52 KD for Sora Kuma. And he will win. Alright, so DauT and Capoch are just getting started. Let's see, Twitch wants me to play an ad, so I'm going to get an ad out of the way and jump into that. So, one moment, and we'll get DauT Capoch rolling. Same group. Same group. So, Arbray sent me the drafts. Let me set the drafts up. This will be DauT versus Capoch. And I think throughout the set, I'll put Capoch in blue and DauT in red. Here are their drafts. Just a moment. Boom, drafts. So game one will be on Mudflow. Capture age is there for us, but I didn't leave the previous game. So many buttons I gotta click. And then I'll need to update my stream titles. DauT versus Capoch. Boom. And getting started on Mudflow. Let's see if we can load in. And if y'all are okay with it, I'll put Capoch in blue and DauT in red. I think we are ready, just about to go. Wrong colors on the scoreboard. We just started the game. Capoch in blue, DauT in red. We're good. Out of game scoreboard doesn't. That colors there don't really matter. In game scoreboard is what matters. Maybe I could have that correspond to the in-game colors, but that'd be weird for team games though. I still need to redesign the out of game scoreboard a bit. It's on my to-do list. Alright, so welcome everyone to DauT versus Capoch. Same group as Sora Kuma. Right now, Sora Kuma is in the lead on the group. I believe he's 10-2. But Capoch did win against Sora Kuma. I think those two losses were against Capoch. Hasn't played DauT. DauT Sora Kuma will be the matchup in the final week. DauT's only played 2 sets. He's 6-0, so I think he's the final remaining undefeated player in all of TTL, or at least gold and silver. Stark 11-1 in silver. But oh, and Star Wars, yeah, thank you for gifting 10 subs.
Lahir wishes to kill something.
Thank you very much. So, Italians for Capoch and Mongols for DauT. Mongols, you start with rhinos on this map. They will be pretty crazy. Vamos, Tato. Hello, Tato. So, Italians for Capoch, Mongols for DauT, and Capoch is docking. Let's go. He's docking. He hasn't taken any of the salmon under his TC. DauT missed scouting that. Ooh, he didn't scout. He just missed it. And we'll have a dock build order. Italians have cheaper fishing ships. And this will be interesting. Now DauT will see it. He sees it. Oh, DauT sees it. DauT sees it. And so far, he's just taking the hunt with the Mongols, taking the shorefish by the TC. Yeah, if this were Tato, Tato would probably dock over here to do demos. You get demos underneath DauT's TC. And barracks for DauT. We've seen early drushes, but not going to be the case for DauT so far. He didn't go forward for a lumber camp. He did a lumber camp on his back stragglers. These wood lines usually have around 12 to 13 trees on them. Yeah, or 11 to 13. So you can do a lumber camp on them, but it won't last forever. Sounds like risk, but at the same time, fun. Alright, so DauT up, he's doing loom. And Capoch with the forward lumber camp. Old man battle, hello T90. New meta, I've seen a lot of players doing this. This was originally the Dragon Star strategy in Hidden Cup, when we had used the map a little over, what, a year or two ago? And Lewis picked it up, Harris started doing it after he saw Lewis do it, and now we've seen it quite a few times. You only have 2 deep fish, and then you have to go for fish traps. Let's see, we're still catching up. We joined like 2 minutes late. You gotta catch up to real time. So stable for DauT. And yeah, there we are, up to real time. And he'll go send a Vil forward. Alright, alright. Both Capoch and DauT first played AoE 2 in 1963. The very true stats. So DauT now has to be careful that he's out of wood. He's taken all the wood at this lumber camp. He'll need another one. Maybe he needs to go forward in the middle, take another one of these small wood lines by his TC somewhere, but he needs another lumber camp somewhere. He's gonna fast castle. Oh, he's gonna fast castle for steppe lancers. All right. Mongols with the rhinos with the deep fish. DauT has a plan. Tato's probably in the chat saying, I know what DauT's doing right from the start. He knows DauT's gonna FC. But here comes an archer. Won't be in time to disrupt the fast castle. Could be annoying on the gold. Couple of archers for Capoch. And there's Castle Age and Steppe Lancers for DauT. And Steppe Lancers will be right in time to fend this off. So, Fast Castle Steppe Lancer versus the Fish Boom. This game already getting started off very interesting with the strats. And here are the Steppe Lancers. And if you micro them properly, they should be able to kill the spears. You might need another Steppe Lancer, and then with 3... Or with 2 Steppies and the Scout should be okay. He's off with the gold, has enough gold to queue 1 more. His only food income is the berries. You take the... Yeah, that's probably... You take the Scout out of the group and easier to micro the Steppe Lancers. Oh, he has a market. And there we go. He has a second lumber camp in the back. He has a market. And that Vil who walked forward is now doing a workshop. Workshop for DauT. And Capoch does not see this. And that could be devastating. 7 fish traps if DauT can get a mangonel. He doesn't need to destroy the TC. He just needs to destroy the fish traps. And feudal galleys won't keep the mangonel away. DauT's cooking. DauT masterpiece. As long as he can stop those archers, and that might be a risk, though. He went forward with the Steppe Lancers. He can hit the berries if they're not walled, but the archers will now come in on his gold. He's got more Steppe Lancers on the way. And nothing from the workshop yet, but he is hitting the Vils. They do not get the walls up in time. And he'll keep them all for the berries. Spear and TC will do some damage, but he does pick a Vil. And he has to fall back off of that gold. He's heading to the side gold mine. So still finding some gold. And no overchop on the woodline for Capoch, but he is getting walls up by the berries. Still not aware of the workshop, and DauT opening with a scorpion. Capoch also had a danger of overchopping. Still doesn't see the oh, he does see the scorpion now. He has Town Watch. And DauT's waiting with step lancers to try to clear this army as he's running his villagers away. Has to be careful that he has enough wood to do another lumber camp. And that would be the most DauT thing we could imagine. Running from lumber camps and not having 100 wood. Maybe queuing too many scorpions. Nice farm. Oh, nice farms. Oh, doesn't have space by the mill. Capoch trying to do a stable. Oh, does he really need farms? He has 7 fish traps. But the scorpion on this lumber camp is going to force a tower from Capoch. And this is right now his main wood access has another lumber camp on one of the small wood lines. And the step lancers break in very quickly, force up a stone wall from Capoch. The archers still by the gold, and Capoch has not scouted the other gold where DauT now has sent 11 Vils, some of which are very weak. DauT forward on the hill with the scorpion. And T90's in the chat. He probably very much appreciates that farm. Yeah, T90 probably would have appreciated the neutral island docks from Sora Kuma earlier on Seychelles. Yeah, DauT zero farms, DauT 0 food. He's not going to have any more step lancers on 0 food. He's using the market for food. Yeah, he's... What is his eco? DauT's eco is 21 Vils on gold, using the market to buy food. And now we're hitting the point where 1 Scorpion, 1 Mangonel destroy everything by this dock. And I don't think the Feudal Age army can stop that. Capoch double docks. He's trying to do more fish traps. This is what happens to me whenever I try to fish boom on African clearing. Someone makes army and they destroy all my fish traps. A couple of cav archers. Oh, it's cheating. Yeah, as long as he can right-click the fish traps, he should destroy them. Only 50 HP. And the Drogoth, thank you for the follow. And Capoch feels pretty dead. I mean, DauT doesn't really need an eco. He has 2 gold mines. All of his bills are idled. It's 37 to 23 eco count, but 8 of that eco for Capoch consists of fishing ships that feel pretty useless now. Scorpion there should help out against the archers. The step lancers, no upgrades for them. No bloodlines, no armor. So if you get enough archers, they can maybe fight them. We'll have a tower up for Capoch. It'll only be a feudal tower, though. And the Mangonel will get a couple of Vils at the base of the tower. And Capoch is rushing the Mangonel with Vils. Step lancers are there to protect it. And archers dying to the Scorpion and the Mangonel under the TC. But wait, so are the Step Lancers. DauT lost all of the Step Lancers to the tower, being a bit greedy. Wait a minute. DauT has no army now. Capoch, these are his only army. Did he bring his army back? Either he brought it back or was killed by Step Lancers at the front. Alright, so 28 to 25. DauT actually has more Vils, 25 to 23. 5 fishing ships for Capoch. I don't think he has a way to stop the Scorpion. He could rush the Scorpion with Vils. The tower now protects the fish traps. But DauT still has a market, right? That's the most important part of DauT's eco, the market. He might need more gold soon. I'll need to go forward, find another gold mine out there. What's his scouting like? Okay, he has found more gold. He has 1 Vil out there finding pandas. That's even more exciting than finding gold. Finding the pandas, grabbing more gold. Yeah, Capoch has no resources to do more archers. At least he still kind of has wood. Those Vils have to walk very far back and forth to that lumber camp. Yeah, DauT has 21 Vils on gold, a market. 2 on food, 4 on wood. And I think the 2 on... Yeah, 0 on food now. He finished the berries. His lumber camp is about to run out again. Not much wood back there. And he's trying to ram Capoch's lumber camp now. And Baker, thank you for the follow. And Capoch, he probably isn't hitting... Oh, he probably isn't hitting Castle Age at all. It'd be worth it for DauT to build a monastery and grab the relics. So, for FC Step Lancers, is that the counter to the fish boom on this map? Well, there goes the tower. Capoch losing vills. He's down to 19 villagers. 19 villagers, 6 fishing ships. Did he build more? Oh, yeah, he's got more fish traps. He's got, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by that dock. Oh, and thank you for gifting a sub to Ace of Emeralds.
Highwaymen preying on helpless travelers. What has become of our homeland?
Lancers killing archers, killing the spear. And Bloodshot Tell, thank you for the follow. Mangonel for DauT. So he has another Mangonel, and it should have a hill bonus against the tower if he wants to go for the tower, but he's going for the fishing ships again. Oh, I found an angle where he can hit them. There's also no vills in the TC. And there is the GG from Capoch as DauT will take that game. That was crazy. That was absolutely crazy from DauT. Going up 1-0. Oh my gosh. That was brilliant. So 64-17 KD. 64-17 for DauT. And all the feudal army from Capoch wasn't able to stop DauT's eco. DauT didn't need an eco. He just needed a market. Oh, 1.2k more resources collected for Capoch. 13-minute Castle Age for DauT with the Mongols, and got Castle Age so fast that by the time the army arrived for Capoch, it was over. It was already over. DauT had no reason to cook this hard, but Capoch is an old friend. Oh, that was brilliant. So, Mudflow win for DauT, and he still has Coast Arena. Well, that was his first pick, too. Italians farther down the Civ draft for Capoch. Oh, that was brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant. And what is our next game? Looks like it will be High Tides. So home map for Capoch on High Tides. Do I even sleep? I got about 6 hours of sleep. Yes. Am I streaming on YouTube? Yes, I am streaming on YouTube. Can you rewind on Twitch? Twitch you can only rewind if you're subs. That's a Twitch thing. But yeah, I do exclamation mark YouTube for the link to my YouTube channel. DauT is a macro mastermind. Yep. No GG? He did type GG, yeah. He did type GG. It's just, if you type GG after you resign, Capturers doesn't pick it up. I honestly, I need a good 9 hours of sleep. This one coffee won't be enough for me. And here we go. 2-minute spec delay, but it will be High Tides. DauT will be the Koreans, and Capoch will be the Woo. I have a spec delay for that, so High Tides. So, Koreans Woo. How do Jin Swordsmen do against Fire Lancers? Koreans could probably just go cheap crossbows, though. Woo who? Woo Capoch. So, what? 1 minute, 15 seconds until we get to High Tides. Koreans for DauT are an interesting pick for this map. They don't really have that feudal age men-at-arms pressure that we've seen from the Japanese, but they can play a very good skirm defense with their wood discount. Kind of Byzantine-like in how cheap their skirms are. They don't have demos for the water, which with how focused it is on fire galleys can be a problem. But then they have turtle ships if they reach the Castle Age. FC Turtles? FC Turtles. Our base knows the meta. FC Turtles sounds amazing. And 8 hours of sleep is where it's at. I was told 9 hours and 15 minutes of sleep years ago. And that if you nap, it's either 20 minutes or 90 minutes. Alright. Make sure my overlay is right. Yep, so we will have DauT to the west. He will be the red Koreans. Capoch to the east. He will be the blue Woo. And the map shall be High Tides. And the Woo, an amazing hybrid map civ with the tech tree tooltip is wrong. That's plus 55 food. But with infantry that regenerate, the Jian swordsman in the Castle Age, careening and dry dock available earlier, it doesn't really matter for the most part. But fire galleys plus demos on the water, they can go for a good drush and good men-at-arms push and follow that up with Jin swordsman in the Castle Age. The Koreans, wood discount, cheaper warships, cheaper skirmishers, and great towers if they want to do a tower defense. Looking at the map, DauT has most of his wood lines forward, so if he wants to wall, would have a really huge wall. Actually kind of tricky for him to get a good wall up. Back wood line here. Could get a wall at the front and go to the TC and loop around. If he wants a more compact wall, would even have a gold then. Capoch. Woodline's maybe a bit closer, still kind of far away. The top of his base is very open. Looks fair enough to me. Oh yeah, the map it looks fair. Just, you know, sometimes your woodlines, you gotta deal with your woodlines. DauT will go to the top woodline. Is this live? Yes, this is live. Indeed live. Yes. Games are live, but the casting is recorded and the chat is real-time generated by an LLM. Is this live? Oh, yeah, Happy Leaves added a command for the spec dashboard bot. So, ostrich push from DauT. The question on this map is how quickly do you dock? And do you lure your elephants early? Sometimes we see an early elephant lure. We have seen a couple of maps, or a couple of games on this map with the Inca where they go for a super early drush with the wood savings from not needing the houses. And they can ignore water and open with the drush. Now the Vil for Capoch, no loom, and sent without the scout who is pushing the ostrich. Bit risky there, but he will make it to the island with no issue, and should be able to get a dock towards the top, wherever he wants. On the shorefish will wall the villain, and gets the dock up without issue. So DauT sending a Vil, and where is DauT sending the Vil? Hello, Lily? Been liking the side docks more and more, rather than the island docks. Yeah, at some point on the map, originally it didn't have shorefish on the sides. We added some shorefish back for Hidden Cup. And there are more options for where you build the dock now. Now, if DauT was crazy, he could wall this Vil in right now. But earlier dock for the Woo. And with the food they get from the dock, they can do the dock pretty easily as part of their build order, if they have less of an emphasis on food and more on wood early. And hunting the elephant is Capoch. Doesn't get it right under the TC. Of a couple of elephants decaying. DauT, only one elephant. Is that his second elephant? Nope, that's his first elephant. Brings in the second now. And TC will take the elephant. And what I was saying DauT could do earlier, Capoch does, walling in DauT's Vil. And this is extremely good for water maps, because now this Ville, she can repair fire galleys, but she can't build another dock. Maybe there's room if DauT deletes this palisade to do a second dock. But then, in knowing DauT, the dock would actually block this area, and the fire galleys would spawn back here and get trapped. So if DauT wants a second dock, I think he could still fit one. Maybe Capoch needed to do the palisade one tile more forward. Maybe that wouldn't have blocked it, though. He might be able to fit it. I don't think the shorefish will block it. So there's loom for DauT. Capoch clicks up. He has loom already, and we'll add in the barracks. DauT will see there's no mill for Capoch, but usually you would skip the mill on this map, whether you want the barracks or add an extra dock. There's enough food, you can delay it for a while. Especially with the fishing ships. Only 2 fishing ships for DauT, 3 for Capoch. He'll get a bit of extra food from the barracks and start adding in militia. DauT going for a huge wall. I don't know if he'll be able to keep that safe. Oh, okay, okay. Interesting. So he'll wall from the top wood line. And then the gold mine to the TC. Alright. Now that's a set of walls from DauT. You can make one of those Phosphoro-esque cuts to the TC. Hello, Atomic Sausage. How are you doing? Yeah. Up. Hello? Up. Okay. Waiting for players. We're good. We're good. A bit of lag. Bit of lag. Sometimes I feel if I go right at live times, I get lag occasionally. Oh, that was also a lag spike just as the player clicked up. That makes me think sometimes there are lag spikes when people load in graphics. I know Capoch has been having issues with the game crashing, but it hasn't been in-game for him, so hopefully it works. Fine. And oh no, DauT relying on his quick wall skills. No, DauT, not like this, no. No. Oh, no, DauT. Oh, DauT. You could have walled that earlier, DauT. No. Oh, relying on the gate doesn't get the gate up. There's 2 dead Vills. More Vills have to run to the TC. This still isn't walled. The Vills are going to overchop that tree, and the men-at-arms will get in, aren't they? Okay, no, he realizes. He realizes. Hello, Gooey Fungus. Welcome to a DauT disaster. He can't wall this. He's off of gold. DauT, no. Our base. You're not DauT, our base. This shouldn't happen to DauT. Oh. Well, he has an archer now, cheap Korean archer, but he's now losing the water too. Remember, he doesn't have demo ships on the water, so Capoch can start adding demos. His Ville is walled in. Hello, Mad Hyena. Oh no. Men-at-Arms will attack the lumber camp. No arson yet. Oh, ouch. He's gonna lose all of his fish now. That's a very weak fishing ship. It goes... Oh no, it doesn't go down. 2 HP. But he's still losing the fire galley fight. Are Koreans not having demos swapped for fires? Like the Vikings are? I'll have to reread the tech tree. And then fletching for Capoch. Oh right, they already have fires. Right, never mind. Opposite of the Vikings. Yeah, civs with unique ships don't get demos. Okay, fishing ship down. Villager might be killed too. And 5-0 Eco KD for Capoch, who's 800 res ahead. And continues forward with more archers as a scout to deal with the skirmishers. We'll lose an archer. Now that house, oh, with DauT, are you repairing? House almost down. Capoch gonna lose his scout. And DDDTS63, thank you for the follow. More archers looping around the top of the woodline for Capoch.
예. 준비. 대기. 예.
啊，
准备就绪. 준비. 예. 什么? 대기. 예. 何种命令?
Well, DauT's hope is that Capoch runs into the TC, but he'll turn around. So, lost the water, 36 to 28 eco units. At least he has a scout to pick off skirms. Other than that, Capoch feels in complete control of this game. Adding in a bit of walling along the south of the map too. Still open at the top, but he's getting a farming eco established behind, even having the fish. Still has 3 fishing ships afloat in fishing, and he'll start collecting even more. So that's 5 fishing ships now. And now skirms picking off DauT's army in the middle. DauT runs his archers into skirms. As spear doesn't quite poke the scout. Alright, DauT takes an okay fight in the middle, just as fletching now. But with some weak military units forward, won't be able to cause too much damage to Capoch. We'll keep adding archers. Where does DauT go from here? Losing land and water. Well, he has to hope Koreans are good enough they can still win. Oh my gosh, DauT, don't quick wall again. Oh, DauT, the quick walls have not worked for him. That's another few dead vills. Down they go.
예. 대기. 准备就绪. 준비.
Castle Age for Capoch. I think Castle Age is GG? It might be. Might be a Castle Age GG.
예. 什么?
Please don't call that quick wall. That was an attempted quick wall. Yeah, and Jun's swordsman will kill everything once castles hit. Yep, 3 barracks. DauT sees the extra barracks, so he'll know exactly what's coming. Arson and armor for Capoch. And DauT will try to go forward for a tower. He will hope that his tower rush can break the palisade and let him do some counter damage. Capoch hasn't sold his stone, so he could even think about doing a TC here to shoot down the tower. Just needs a bit of wood. He'll market wall to keep the army out. Tower won't be in time to stop the market. The archers with a bit of palisade between them and the market won't be able to stop the vills. So I think DauT finally going to take a loss, and I think that means no one in silver or gold will go undefeated. There's Capoch up to the Castle Age. Forging, bow saw, armor, all on the way for Capoch. And Jun's swordsman, squires, and swordsman trained. DauT doing his market. Just now doing the market, and he's not calling GG. Not calling GG yet. He's got some sliver of hope that Koreans are so OP that he might not be completely dead yet. Now, Capoch, he shouldn't trickle the swordsman in 1 by 1. You need to amass a few before fighting. That swordsman will just die. Well, it kills a Vill. Oh, what do I know then? The Vill could have hopped in the tower. A 13 HP house. So DauT will get in. DauT will now tower rush Capoch's gold. As Capoch still not completely in on DauT's base. He has some men-at-arms on the inside. He kills another Vill. Archer is getting cleaned by a skirm. And here comes a good number of swordsmen. 4 swordsmen now for Capoch. They will stop that tower and kill the forward Vills. The Vills cannot garrison because the tower is filled with archers. These Jun swordsmen now, they also have 7 pierce armor with both armor upgrades. They don't even need all that armor. But they'll have it for the future. And Capoch now will lose a couple of Vills while trying to clear the tower. Okay, a bit sloppy from Capoch sending Vills that are weak. But I think DauT now is very dead. He's about to click up to the castle age. He's not given up yet. He's about to click up. Chat, DauT still hopes to have a chance. There he goes, up to the castle age. You have to go to the voice chat to check if this is DauT or ACCM. Yeah, DauT's undefeated so far. He doesn't want to lose a game. Doesn't want to take the first loss. With how well Sora Kuma's been playing, DauT needs every point he can get. And look at this. He's preemptively stonewalling the stone. Learned from his quick wall failures. And he will have stone walls as the Jin swordsmen, 5 of them, walk directly into his base. And I'll try to do a house. House to protect this lumber camp. He needs another one. He needs to do it in time before the swordsmen get there. Has to run the farmers. Few feudal age archers. I don't think they'll help that much. Do fire lancers beat the Jin swordsmen? I don't know. The Jin swordsmen don't have an attack bonus against shock infantry. And they, shockingly enough, I don't think that either is particularly favored. Maybe this, I mean, they don't have that much armor. They'll probably be close, but I think I still favor the Jin swordsmen against fire lancers. Although with the charge attack, maybe the fire lancers win. With all the Korean games we saw on the Red Bull ladder, I don't think I actually saw Koreans versus Woo. Swordsmen will do what they can to fight the archers. They are under the TC. There's DauT up to the castle age. Bodkin arrow. Crossbow. With guard towers, he can defend against mangonels, but he will call it. He will call it. There's Capoch, ties it 1-1. That was, I feel, over as soon as the men-at-arms got in, and that first quick wall was failed. How much else to say there? That's a 47-24 KD for Capoch. DauT with all that feudal age military. He can't do anything against the swordsman. Well, GG's for DauT, but he'll have a tied set against Capoch now. Love for DauT to take one more loss after this one versus Capoch or Sobek, so then he and Sora Kuma are both 10-2 for the final set. And there's a win for Capoch on high ties, but we have Coast Arena now for the final map. In our base, just make sure we double check that Coast Arena doesn't have a missing relic. I haven't got a chance to adjust that yet. Should be pretty rare, but I have seen them occasionally missing. And that both players have 2 turkeys in the back. Those seem to be even more rarely missing, but also rarely missing. Now there will be no undefeated players in gold. DauT, the final player to suffer a loss. And that means we're tied 1-1 DauT versus Capoch. We've still never seen a generation with missing res except the one blue scent. Yeah, I haven't really been able to reproduce it. But I will still take a look at it and try to come up with another technique regardless. I'm wondering if maybe there is somehow they had played another map and settings leaked from one map to another, but that shouldn't happen. It must just be a very rare case. Infantry dies to arrows, not Jin swordsmen. They're basically Huskarls in the barracks. Also, we have 500 viewers tuning in for DauT Capoch, so thank you all for stopping by. We also, before Platinum starts, we also will have Daniel Classic Pro. I think they're going to start in around 3 minutes, so if they start, we'll just hop into their games wherever they are. So it will be Coast Arena, my absolute favorite map so far. This has been an amazing map. So, DauT's home map and the civs, don't think it'll be a surprise to see Armenians for DauT and Bengalis for Capoch. Okay, we're all here to see our Lord prevail. Well, I will physically be there. I'll be there as a fan. And here we are. So, game number 3 in a group where both players need as many wins as they can to make sure they're ahead of Sora Kuma. Capoch actually, I think he won, Arbase can correct me, he won 2-1 over Sora Kuma earlier. And Sora Kuma's 2 losses are at the hands of Capoch. DauT now wants to be 2-1 against Capoch to potentially face Sora Kuma in the final week to try to get automatically qualifying for Platinum. Yes, Arbase confirming. Good. So let's double check. We do have 5 relics. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the middle. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 turkeys. All right, the map looks not bugged. And again, all credits to the Mad Catter, the original author to the map, for coming up with an absolutely amazing map for us. And then I did some very extreme hacks to get the gates working.
Hey.
And Lumber Camp on the wood line for Capoch. He is the Bengalis, who will have healing ships and great monks and Rathas, and then elephant archers late game. Lots of tools for them on closed maps, and also they're a good water civ. The Armenians, fortified churches. We've seen fortified churches be insanely good on this map for giving you forward map control. Both your main gold and your main stone are forward and kind of close to the walls. If you're a castle drop, you still do have oysters in the back. A total of 450 food for each oyster. You have 4 of them, so that's 1,800. Did I say food? I mean gold. That's a total of 1,800 gold in the back if you're pushed off of your main gold. You also might dock the oyster as part of an early build order and take gold as a way to skip a mining camp. We've seen all sorts of strategies on this map. We've seen triple dock galleys. We've seen transport ship men-at-arms forwards. We've seen FC conquistadors. We've seen fortified church rushes for warrior priests. We've seen siege towers used as siege towers. What hacks? I'll make a video about the hacks. Hopefully sometime soon, Bob. Very, very hacky. Only great games in this map so far. I need to make a small tweak to it because apparently sometimes we have a missing relic and very rarely missing sheep. But very, very easy for us at least to check at the start of each game if we know it's missing. And since it is a walled map, needing to do a restart if the players are at minute 3 or so isn't the worst thing in the world. But still, I'd like to make sure we don't have any more bugs. Yep, vills gather from oysters and drop off at docks. So that's what I was saying earlier. You can skip the mining camp in your build order and simply take your initial gold from the oysters. So if you want to do an arena fast castle, you still want the market, so you need a mill. The mill unlocks the market. You want to avoid that nomad situation where you click up to feudal, you're all ready to do your market blacksmith and FC, and then you're like, oh no, I don't have a mill, I can't do a market. Yeah, siege towers is siege towers. What a crazy concept. DauT won in your heart the last game by reaching Castle Age. So, a couple of scouts still. Scout in the middle. There should be gold and stone on each side. Guaranteed. Yeah, won the last 40 S tiers in your heart, too. Have there even been 40 S tiers? Maybe people go back and retroactively classify tournaments before that system was used. We could get 40 S tiers. Well, I don't think you can realistically do that, though. It was a very different environment. Where a few $1,000s was a huge tournament. Now you could have tens of thousands of dollars and it's not even an S tier. Yeah, Dr. Agenstar in Platinum will be playing today. So, basically the same feudal age time for both players, but Capoch idled a bit to go up. And we'll check the loom status. Capoch did not do loom. DauT did not do loom either. I do typically see loom on this map. But you do have to be careful with it. Make sure that your vills are not hit by galleys or surprise vill fights on the side. So DauT will delete part of the seawall and construct a dock. If you're going to go out to the side for the seawall, I think it's important to remember to delete a tile where you have beach terrain underneath it so you can re-wall if you have to. If you delete a tile out here on the shallows, you can't re-wall. So surprise transports. We've seen that. No transports queued yet for the players. Remember, you can do Dark Age transport ships. But I think that has to be accompanied by militia into men-at-arms to be effective. We saw Daniel try to transport and do forward ranges, but when your opponent's fishing, they're very likely to scout it. That's my favorite map. The Coast Arena for TTL has been by far my favorite. And there's Capoch and DauT up to feudal. And double bit axe for both of them. Looks like neither's fast castling. Both will go galleys on water. Alright, well we saw DauT's quick wall micro last game. And the Capoch tied the setup in part because of that. Now we get to see DauT's galley micro. How good will his double dock galley micro be? And one in Cloud 9. House for DauT now. And we have a ton of deep fish in the back for Capoch. And a blacksmith for DauT. Is the relic bug here fixed? It's not fixed, but it's a rare occurrence where the relics don't have enough room to spawn. The relics have a min distance, they have to stay away from each other. And every so often, the game places the relics one at a time. If it places them in such a way that they block each other, then only 4 will spawn instead of 5. There's no good non-hacky way to adjust that, but I have some hacks that I can do. Galleys will attack the fishing ships. One goes down. What hacks? Lots of invisible objects in active areas. Yeah, we don't want all 4 relics spawning next to each other. We want them a bit spread out. So, galley fight now. DauT versus Capoch to defend the fish. And galleys dealing with a fire galley from Capoch. Added a fire galley along with his galleys. Just96, thank you for the follow. Put an outer relic on each side, then in the middle. That'd be interesting. But I don't want to change the map that much at this point. And the galleys for Capoch being handled by DauT. Trapped in the corner. And 1-to-1 eco KD for both. But looks like it'll probably stay that way. Capoch not able to get separation from DauT until it's too late. And won't be able to hit the rest of those fish. So 4 fishing ships to 3 right now as Capoch finally does loom. And Capoch, looking at those resources, is about to click up. Res collected. DauT's actually ahead with the market. He's sold the stone and bought food. He's trying to click up too. But Capoch's eco feels much more well-balanced. He'll have a Vill lead from the Bengali bonus. 5 farms, and he's adding in the blacksmith. And he's up to the castle age. DauT will be a bit behind. He'll need to use the market himself. And Capoch did this all without the market. So DauT invested significantly more into the galleys for water control. But he was playing defensively with those ships the entire time, and now there's still even a fire galley forward for Capoch. He hit it in the corner, so DauT will need to invest even more into another fire galley. He's doing loom himself. And he's continuing to add galleys. So he really wants water control. Is that how to play the map as the Armenians, though? I think you want forward map control with the churches. 3 fishing ships for him, but he will clean this up. He will clean this up. He'll be a minute later to the castle age. There's fletching for Capoch. And he will start cleaning Capoch's fishing ships. He has 6 galleys, and 6 arrows are what you need to destroy a fishing ship, so if they all hit, he can one-shot them. Or hit them with 1 volley. Also will force Capoch off of the remains of those berries. Only around 128 food there. So it won't be the biggest loss for him. If you get War Galley and Balkan, you can camp the coastline and hit the wood eco, forcing Capoch more to the middle. And DauT still needs to fight his fishing ship, or fight to defend his fishing ships. And the fire is pouring forward for Capoch. DauT trying to find the fish, but they are hidden in the corner. Are they higher HP than Palisade? 300 versus 250 for Palisades. And Capoch has been on stone, and it's time for him to drop a castle. Will DauT see this? The castle will be directly on DauT's gold. DauT with the score lead. War Galley for Capoch. And if DauT wants to go War Galley, he has no stone. He sold the stone to go up. That'll be a castle on his gold. He could do a fortified church inside his base, go for maybe a church defense if the Rathas come in. DauT sees this now. He sees it. Or it's in his vision, at least. His galleys, I think they need to stay forward and try to stop the fishing. Capoch is fishing again. DauT didn't manage to find the fishing ships. And great movement from Capoch to hide in the corner and come back to the docks. Fishing ships going down to the fire ships. And the castle looks like it'll go up. DauT has to fall back and do churches. Now, he can come to the outside with more churches and secure gold. He's finished with the berries by the mill and can do another dock or mining camp to take extra oysters. So he has 900 gold in the back of his base. He's not out of gold yet. What does he do to fight Rathas, though? Docks to the outside. And 37 to 41 vills, and Capoch still 3 fishing ships. Yeah, they're far from the dock and inefficient. But that's better than DauT's 1, I think. Yeah, so there's another dock. Vills taking shorefish. They can take the oysters. His vills will still be efficient. Capoch not really taking any more of his shorefish either. He has gold. Now, DauT could return the favor with a fortified church drop on Capoch's gold, but he'd actually need to get forward. And that might be tricky with Rathas. Can I force spawn relics on a certain position? I would need to know the position ahead of time, which I don't because the map's random. So, armored elephant now for Capoch. DauT could fight that off with a monk. He could try to convert it. You don't need redemption to convert it. He'll pull farming vills. And do a good bit of damage. He's mostly worried about the Rathas. No sanctity yet for him. Thought the map was scripted? Well, the randomness is scripted. There's a lot you don't control. So Rathas will snipe this monk. A couple of monks in the back want conversions, trying to get different Rathas. The Rathas, 1 conversion, a 2nd conversion. And that was really good monk luck from DauT. Quick conversions on the Rathas. Lost 2 monks, but I think you'll be happy with how that fight went. Monk wants a conversion on the Rathas. And another conversion from the church in the back. Scout could have been used for the monk. Well, water control completely in DauT's favor. I worry that the score is all water, though. Because looking at the relics, that's now, despite the Armenians having warrior priests, Capoch picking up his 5th relic. So 5-1 relics for Capoch. He has a second TC that's forward. Up by actual villagers, 58-48. 5 fishing ships for DauT feel like they're going to be... Well, they're still pretty efficient. Still pretty efficient. Has fish in the back. What does he do now, though? How does he deal with the fact that Capoch has all of the middle and all of the relics, and also will be dropping a second castle? DauT feels like he's going to be forced out of his base and into the middle, dropping a castle himself. Version on our Ratha. Version again. Fortified church attacked by mangonels. Hello, degen pirate. Lots of paint jobs on the Ratha. Swapping them back and forth. And oh my gosh, Capoch could get 6 relics. DauT did the first fortified church in the middle of his base, but Capoch could steal the relic from him. DauT may have created a relic out of thin air just to gift it to Capoch. Alright, now there's no stopping this push from DauT. He has another TC on the woodline, but he has to go to the middle of the map where he now has a castle. Part of me thinks that castle could have been forward, but I guess that doesn't matter now that Capoch has DauT's gold. DauT! Capoch has both main golds. DauT has 3 monks, and that's it. Maybe he could have gotten some demo hits on the Rathas? He's not queuing demos, though. And he's going to lose the monks. He's trying for conversions. But Rathas are way too strong. And DauT with full water control, maybe he invested way too much into the water. And let the Bengali player go forward for the castle. That's what Armenians want. They want the early map control with churches. He gave it right to Capoch. And is this match? This is Capoch taking a 2-1 win over DauT, it looks like. Wants a conversion on the Ratha, but will the monk get it? And he's had insane conversion luck, too. Is Capoch devoted? No, he needs some devotion. But there he goes. 6 relics for Capoch. DauT losing everything. 55 vills to 67. Still has fishing ships. And he can try to fish boom on the outside. Maybe there's still a way he fish booms back. At least the mule carts can run to the middle of the map. He's doing composite bowmen. I think they will lose hard to Rathas, 100 HP to 40. And the Rathas have more attack. Yeah, the bowmen ignore armor. But that just means Capoch doesn't need to do the armor upgrades. Okay, I mean, DauT can go to the outside of the map, sure. He can run to the outside again. Some redemption maybe for mangonels, but lost his market, needs another market. And yeah, here come composite bowmen. They get absolutely wrecked by the Rathas. That fight's not even close. It's a market against... Oh, he's up to imp. He's up to imp. DauT clicks imp, he uses the market, and he goes imp. Trebuchet. You can't use trebuchets with this many Rathas, though. They can go to melee mode and destroy the trebs. He could try to wall them in when he uses them, but that would require quick walls. He did have more 3 times more Rathas than composite bowmen, but DauT shouldn't be moving out then. Even though he wanted to harass the gold. There's a TC now in the middle of the map. Now one of those vills decides to be idle. And the vills by the mule cart. Peerage on the way, and ballistics for Capoch. Another church. And, well, 3 mangonels attacking the imp TC. DauT, 21 vills on wood, needs wood to repair the TC. Is there an overchop here? How much wood's that? 19 wood on that tree. Oh no, DauT. A minute away from imp. Losing Bills in the middle of the TC. Where are the Bills going? Why is he building that house? Oh my gosh, DauT. DauT. Oh, the Bills all splattered underneath the TC. What is he doing? He's repairing the TC. The Bills don't know where to go. I guess it's awkward because you might repair the mule carts. He's got 10 wood, and the TC is down. And what age is DauT in? DauT's in the castle age. He has a ton of food and oh my gosh, DauT. He can't run. Oh no. Capoch with the mangonels. He clicks imp again. He wants to go imp. DauT. We got DauT castles, DauT imperial ages, DauT villagers. Capoch has 6 relics on a map with 5. Well, he clicks imp again. He wants to reach imp. DauT has 30 vills left. I think they're all probably here. There's a couple on the outside, maybe 1 or 2 somewhere on the outside. Mangonel's attacking the house. He really wants to reach imp and GG. There's a church, Imperial Age and gold mining for Capoch. DauT's game's always chaotic and fun. Are they fun for DauT, though? They're certainly fun for everyone else. Yeah, well, Capoch doesn't need to micro anymore. And the castle is hitting the second imp TC. Now, let's see, that TC will be at just about half health when DauT gets up. But there is imp. And he's housed. He hasn't lost enough vills. He's housed and can't do a treb. Now the treb is on the way. So he's not giving up yet. He wants to take a treb fight. He's getting a couple of conversions, but losing monks in the process. Converting, but losing monks. Arthur's taken by the monks. Oh man, this well, 4 castles and Capoch is up to imp. So DauT has 1 castle treb production. He will be against 4 castle treb production. There is Capoch up to imp. DauT's going for it. He's not calling the GG. He is committed. He is committed. He wants to snipe a castle. Capoch sending vills to repair. 9 vills. That'll repair against 1 treb. I'll need 3 more to repair against the second. Armenians do not have siege engineers, so even if DauT could afford that, would not be an option for him. And now DauT, he will be 0 TC gaming, 0 relics to 6, 38 eco to 116. He has the water. He has the water. He could make some dromins now. He could make some dromins and try to camp in the corners. Is it 6 vills per treb? 7 for the first treb, 6 vills, or... No, sorry, I got that backwards. 6 vills for the first treb, 7 for every subsequent treb. The first vill repairs at the speed of 2 vills. So you need 6 for 1 treb and 13 for 2 trebs. Did I say 12 earlier? 13. So there goes the castle. DauT could be defeated on the land. DauT doing what he can to hold on. I'm sure Capoch is enjoying this. Melee mode Rothas will destroy the trebs. DauT will not even have vills for garrisoning the churches. Oh, and there's, for some reason, GG has been censored today. I don't know if the chat filter has been extra active, but there is a GG. And Capoch wins 2-0, winning on Coast Arena. So GG's Capoch. I'll hop, I think, right into Daniel Classic Pro next. There's a 116 to 60 KD for Capoch. And much better eco for him. Winning the water did not stop the castle drop in the Rathas. And DauT maybe misplaying the map a bit. We've seen tons of different strategies, but did not get the churches up and running like he needed to. So, loss for the Armenians, win for the Bengalis, and 2-1 lead for Capoch. So, let me just type a bug report. And let me just type this here. Twice today I saw what looked like GG at the end of a match end up as Star. Alright, so Classic Pro Daniel, give me one moment to find everything and check where the games are and get the drafts, and we'll hop into that. Western of the T's, hello Bailo. What happened to TTL? We'll go to the new patch. Rounds in progress finished on the old patch. Other games go to the new patch. Alright, TTL. Daniel Classic Pro. Petito posting the drafts. D. Update my title. Here we go. Update my maps. Yeah. And also someone on YouTube asking, can't I fix the relic position and generate the map around it? It doesn't work that way because the map generates in certain orders, and I do all the terrains and stuff first and then objects at the end. And so I can't actually generate everything around relics or stuff. Has that car always in on the bookshelf? It's the Lego Shelby Cobra, was released last year. I built it on stream. Alright, so there are the drafts. Valley will be game number 1. Let's see if they're in the game. They should be by now. In Valley, yes. Let me try to launch the game. We'll catch up to Valley. Alright, so we will have Classic Pro versus Daniel on Valley. So in the middle, oh, this is the winter. I like the winter version of this map too. I think this one looks pretty. The panda one's my favorite, but I like the winter one too. So welcome into Valley. We'll get caught up to real time. I started during that final game of DauT Capoch. Kasva commanding position in this group. Unfortunately, Classic Pro had a power drop during a pretty competitive game of Coast Arena, but Kasva ended up getting the win there. So Kasva, I think, is secure in first place. These two players still fighting for second. Now, Daniel's been in Platinum before, and he went for the Slavs. Slavs Khmer. Both good farming civs. I don't know who farms better. Still trying to get caught up. Nice scout fight in the middle. Again, no one taking the hunt. One of these days, someone's got to take the hunt in the middle. Where are all the men-at-arms fighting over the middle we expected to see? Daniel up to castle. So far, just a scout fight and boom. Thought for a second scouts might stop the TC, but no. Just booming. And there we are, real time. Like I said, I'll be slightly behind real time, and I think that solves some of the lag issues I was having. There we go. Maybe in Platinum we'll see players be more bold and daring. It'll be a big, good springboard into elephants. That's true, but Boyars, in my experience from the Slavs, do well against elephants. And Detonit's castles, costing less stone, could be good for Boyars. And Bodkin Arrow clicked for Classic Pro. Husbandry for Daniel. Have archers attacking the palisade. They will rush in as the town center just about finished for Daniel. And there he goes, garrisoning Vills. Scouts getting sniped. And the Cav Archer is not going to run out, still will be inside the walls. One palisade doesn't stop Castle Age units. And 3 TC boom for both. It'll be a Scorpion defense for the Slavs against the Cav Archers from the Khmer. And 5 relics in the middle. Looks like Daniel with a monastery wants to collect them. Same thing for Classic Pro, so it'll be almost like a game of Arena now, booming while fighting over relics. Oh no, Daniel, this does not look good. Oh, you need to house wall and delete a palisade and run? Yeah. But then the Cav Archers can loop around the university, so he's gonna walk back. Needs the house wall there, delete the house rewall. Oh, nicely done from Daniel. That is a great job from him to save the Vills. Or, you know, keep running, keep running. Don't stop, don't stop. Oh no, Daniel. TC fends off the Cav Archers. And house not quite going up. Let's pick off the CA. And light Cav. Should he have left 2 CA to the side? I mean, sure, if he leaves like 2 CA and splits them up, would it probably be better? Probably would have helped out. So Daniel gets 1 relic. He'll be trying to collect more. Slav monks will move faster. That's good for them for picking up relics. Thank you, Bram, for the follow. And also Mr. Kojakbiel. Thank you for the follow earlier. I think I missed that. Two-hour long game incoming? Maybe. And ooh, Arctic Wolf. I like the Arctic animals. I think they blend in nicely. Some good camouflage. Oh, there's ballistics for Daniel. Slav Scorps and Chimera CA is a crazy matchup. You could see Scorpion versus Scorpions. The Slavs do have Siege Workshop units cost minus 50% as a bonus. And Scorpions will shoot the CA. House will go down, though, and the CA get through. Not enough HP on the house. And instead of a trap by the Scorpions, they will run straight through. Take a bit of TC fire as Ballistics is in for Daniel. And, oh, no, Daniel, not another lumber camp in the middle of nowhere. Will the Cav Archers find it? They will. Oh, 10 Vills here, and I think they all die. Only good thing is that, oh, no Ballistics. The Cav Archers can't hit anything without Ballistics. Daniel can run in a straight line and save the Vills. He's buying stone. Classic Pro already up by 1,000 resources, though. And, alright, this is a massacre. Oh, no. Well, Daniel, taking a 4th TC, does have 2 relics, at least. Not sure what Khmer would do versus Halbus, though. I mean, yeah, you get to Elephant there, but I guess Halb Scorpion counters that. Boar should counter it. Maybe if they're fully boomed, the Slavs are the better civ in this matchup. But still kind of an interesting booming situation with 2 different farming bonuses. Execution by CA firing squad. Well, that was a sad moment for Daniel and those Vills. Really rough match for Khmer to be facing Halbaso. Yeah. I think so. Well, oh, whoa, wait. Now maybe it's time for the Cav Archers to get trapped. Wait a minute. They're attacking the house instead of a palisade. They need to break through a palisade. They need to do it quickly. Will they get out? Oh, Daniel, he has a Vill in the back. That house won't be in time. Maybe he could, like, triple market wall. Oh, that's not gonna work. Hello, Monk. Oh, hello, Knight to be converted. Oh, Daniel making a stable swap for Knights. So he's adding some army. That's a lot of Cav Archers for Classic Pro, though. He has Ballistics now. How would those Vills not die? He needs some Thumb Ring, too. And HOS Sausage, thank you very much for using your Prime sub. Let's see if stream elements might be delayed. There we go.
I hear the growl of the jaguar. Is this a bad omen?
Well, Classic Pro up to Imp. That might be a bad omen for Daniel, but Daniel does have 3 relics. He's not far behind in Vills, 110 to 103. Should pull ahead while Classic Pro is trying to research Imp. But 21 kills for Classic Pros so far. Those Cav Archer raids have been devastating. And Daniel would like to return the favor with some Knight raids. But the castle defensively already is in position for Classic Pro, and the Knights are being converted. And Daniel will call the GG. Oh, thinks he took too much damage from all those raids, and maybe he did. 21 to 1. In terms of eco, he's also down by 2,000 res. Now, not hanging on like DauT did the previous game. GG. Some players definitely would have kept playing there, but I could certainly see the frustrating situation for Daniel. So, 1-0 for Classic Pro. Military, 49 to 31 KD for Classic Pro, and his military number was climbing all of a sudden. He clicked Imp and was ready to keep pumping military. 2k res ahead. Daniel, faster castle age time, but the Scorpion defense, with how open the map is, the mobility of the Cav Archers paid off. Really someone playing that as an open and mobile map. Alright, so that is Valley, a win for Classic Pro. And into the Civs. Khmer over Slavs. So first pick Civ over the last pick Civ. Why players don't go for the center chicken? Now the Vills are exposed. I think players are missing out. I think they're missing out. We have seen a couple of games with men-at-arms and Flemish militia fighting over the middle, and they've been great. We've seen some mule carts from Georgians or Armenians taking the middle, but yeah, in general, just kind of ignored. Yes, it's maybe a bit simpler also to play only in the back. So Quarry, the next map. And here we are on Quarry. Oop, let me swap the players on the scoreboard. There we go. So Quarry will have a potentially long game, but long, I think, favors the Koreans in this Civ matchup. Ooh, this is a weird Civ for Daniel. Shoe. So, in game number 2, the map will be Quarry. Daniel will be the blue shoe to the northwest. And Classic Pro, the yellow Koreans to the southeast. Shoe is interesting. There has to be a plan.
Wait.
And Loom, all right, Loom for Daniel, and it's layman time. It's laming time with the shoes. He's getting his Vil forward. And this shoe. Oh, wait, did I type woo? Should have. Wait. What are people saying? It is the shoe. Is that a pun I don't get? So shoot. Oh, the Boar, Capoch Boar over the wall. So Classic Pro trying to de-aggro the Boar and shoot it at the right timing to get it to follow his Vil instead of Daniel's Vil. And one Boar somewhat lamed. Vil will gather a bit of food from it. And Daniel can run in a straight line back to his TC. So he's safe there. And can his Vil kill Classic Pro's Scout? Oh, he'd like to. He'd like to. Gets one hit. Okay, not enough, but gets the HP down at least. Is that worth the Vil time? In this Civ matchup, Daniel needs to do everything he can to be disruptive. So he's laming deer, hoping that Classic Pro can't push deer. Doing a house, going to wood. If he takes the wood, he'll have a bit of food income, so maybe a potential drush on the map could be viable. Daniel will push in his own deer. Does you have any laming bonuses? Other than generating food from the wood vills, not really. He'll hunt the deer. And that'll be a Boar lore for Daniel. Not far from berries, he can mill kind of close. Yeah, I mean, I guess if Classic Pro mills, he could take the Boar at the mill, but that's kind of the same distance from the TC. At least he won't be able to push all those deer that are dead, but there are still deer left over he can push. You have to kill a lot of deer for that laming to be worthwhile, I think. How much food are they generating? What is its point? I think it's 9 food per tree right now. So 9% of the wood you chop gets turned into food. It was 10%, and I think they nerfed it. Maybe I'm forgetting the number, but I think it's 9% now. So every tree you chop generates 9 food. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong about that, because I know it was changed at one point. And the tech tree description, unfortunately, doesn't give us the number. And a bit of idle time now for Daniel, but that's because he's thinking of clicking up. And 499, 500 food, there he goes up. Or no, another Vil. Oh, he didn't finish the barracks, he didn't have the next building. Oh no, he just idled the TC for 19 seconds, only not to have had the barracks. Oh, Daniel, no, not like this. There he goes, up to feudal. Is it generating when dropped off or while chopped? While chopped, I believe. You can see the food trickles slowly go up. Oh, there's a drop off from the TC. I think you'll see the ones digit every so often change. Yeah, from the 84 to 85. No, Bob, that's the in-game tech tree's wrong. It just reads from the in-game tech tree. So, weak scout, but it will scout Danielsville. Daniel went for a sneak, but spotted right away. Closest palisades out by the Boar. Classic Pro will just leave. Nothing he can do with a scout, and he'll send his own militia forward. Daniel's scout also very weak. Can Siege Tower cross the one layer of trees? No, you can't hop that with the Siege Tower. It's 0.7? Okay, so then it's 7 food per tree, okay. Maybe it was nerfed and first was 9, then nerfed again to 7. Oh, Daniel didn't grab 2 of his sheep, and the militia are on the gold. At least the scout can't block. We'll kill the scout, maybe? All the villagers want to fight. So no gold for Daniel. He's doing the men-at-arms upgrade. His men-at-arms are forward attacking a house. He'll go along with a tower, and his sneakville just had the walls breached. Oh, he could try to run out and then trap the vills. Trying to get out, has to delete. Oh, there's still a hole there. Try to wall the vill again. Make a maze for Classic Pro to deal with. And with the tower and the men-at-arms at the front, should get through. He's walled at the woodline at the back. There's better hope Classic Pro doesn't find the sheep that he didn't take. Oh no. Right near the woodline. Didn't take the sheep. Men-at-arms breaking through the walls. Thank you, Asetia, for the follow. Hello, Avarion. And weak vills on the berries. The tower rush push succeeding. Koreans not really an eco bonus now in the Dark Age, and Classic Pro needs to click up to feudal. He does have loom, but these palisades are very weak to men-at-arms. Daniel needs to find a way to afford arson, but that'll be hard with the drush ignoring his eco, and he doesn't have vills on food. And there's the alert. Hello, Vanilla Donut. And the men-at-arms breaking through by the berries. And there is a range. And thank you, Emmy919. Thank you for the follow. And the Ville still trying to find ways around. And Waz, thank you for the follow. Ville's attacking the house. Men-at-arms trying to breach the walls. And militia on the berries. Still Dark Age militia, not men-at-arms. Daniel doing what he can to turn and fight them. So berries, wood, and a couple of farms for him. Really getting the farming eco established. Lots of farms. As he destroys houses and keeps trying to break on through. And the Ville here, escaping. Oh, she's gonna run around the walls. Try to get out. Daniel can't run past them. And feudal age now for Classic Pro, so the walls and the houses will be a bit sturdier. He's going double ranges. And maybe this is simply double range archers from him. Build counts 28 to 29, still pretty similar. Daniel, a lot of idle time on the forward builds. Classic Pro, a lot of idle time while walling. Res collected, still pretty close. Yeah, kind of a weird defense, but houses go up. And we'll have a blacksmith from Daniel. Classic Pro does another house, and we'll have double bit axe for Classic Pro. Fletching for Daniel. It was 1 per 10, then 0.9 per 10, now 0.7 per 10. Okay, so the 9 per 100 was the old value. Now it's 7 per 100. So that was the first nerf. This is the second nerf. And Ville hit by the archers. Classic Pro will have to run away. And archery range for Daniel. One archer at home still defending, so that's the second range for Daniel. And padded archer armor. Cheap upgrades for the shoe helping out. Will that be enough to overcome the archer discount, though, for Classic Pro? Yeah, Daniel still hasn't found all the sheep. But at this point, he has enough farms. Shouldn't matter. No horse collar for him either.
什么？可以，准备就绪。
准备就绪。
准备。何种命令？准备就绪。什么？
什么？
也。准备。何种命令？也。定義。也。什么？准备。
喂？
定義。準備。準備就緒。定義。
And then fletching for classic pro.
命令。也。
So fletching, he's finally getting his upgrade. Trying to do the cheap Korean skirms. Skirms.
何種命令？
It feels like this is kind of where the Koreans want to be in a defensive situation, though, able to spam out skirms.
準備就緒。何種命令？準備。準備就緒。何種命令？
Archer's still dancing back and forth a bit. And Shafe Gaming, thank you for the follow.
什麼？
And these 3 vills, one of them weak. Oh, what, Daniel, what do you... Don't send the vills into the archers.
何種命令？定義。
Daniel has a nice spot to camp, though. This little downhill indent
準備就緒。
is tricky for Classic Pro to micro on, but has enough military. This will
什麼？
force the archers away.
Very well, brave Rodrigo.
何種
Face the night afoot.
Thank you, Ragumi, for gifting a sub to Viva La T90.
什麼？
And now Daniel has to defend. He is... Oh my gosh, he is not walled. Not walled at all. Meister13, thank you for the follow. He is wide open. This wall needed to be to the middle, not to here, and the army could still run around the left. Oh, no, Daniel. This is looking rough.
準備。
He had a lot of time to wall, too. And now his archery ranges are forward,
什麼？
so he's not going to get reinforcements back. Has to do a stable at home to try to deal with the skirms.
也。準備。也。定義。
Oh, no, oh, no.
准备就绪。
Bills on the gold.
也。
什么？
At least it's only feudal skirms for the moment, but as soon as Castle Age finishes for Classic Pro, which he just clicked, Bodkin Elite Skirm come in, and then the Vills are threatened. So Daniel has a bit of time to stabilize still before he loses the Vills, and with a scout and some hill bonuses now, we'll push the skirms away. And more Vills from the TC for Daniel as he chases the skirms.
定義。
And a couple of archers might need to pop out of the ranges. Archers hit the spear.
準備。
Up, spear 5 HP. And we'll hit the scout. Spear goes down. But the skirms picking off Daniel's archers had archers in the ranges instead of skirms. And they'll simply lose that fight. A spear looking to poke the scout. That'll just stop it from engaging as long as it stays near the skirms. And Classic Pro closer and closer to the Castle Age. Daniel floating a lot of gold. Clicking up just now. He'll be a good 90 seconds plus behind. And a barracks for Classic Pro. As the archers garrison the tower, that tower will try to hold the berries. And Castle Age will be on the way for Daniel, but... Yeah, okay, yeah, he clicked up earlier. But I don't think that'll be in time. I think this will be Elite Skirm, and this will push him right back. Again, the ranges are forward, so he won't be able to defend against the army.
何種命令？
Not too bad. It is with the timing when he's not walled.
准备就绪。
Maybe he could do a mining camp on this gold. But there's Classic Pro up. Skirm Bodkin. And Daniel thinks it is too much. So there is a GG. And that's 2 wins for Classic Pro. So military 15 to 15 KD. But Eco managed a bit better. The Drush did maybe more damage than it should have for Classic Pro with Daniel not scouting it. And he did a lot of damage to with the men-at-arms. Korean's still a good defensive civ with skirms, though, and rough matchup there towards the end. Once the Koreans get up, you fear the Fire Lancers. Daniel did not want to take that Civ late game. He wanted to win with feudal pressure. That's putting a lot of pressure on yourself to cause forward pressure. And Daniel needs some wins now. So we'll have game number 3. This will be on high tides. And then we'll go check out the standings. And I'll probably raid someone who's casting Platinum at that point. I think Dr. Agenstar is the first set of the day. He has Kosva in the last round. Can't go 0-3 here. Yeah, and Kosva's been at the top of the group so far. Daniel, who's hoping to lame and cause chaos with the lame. And just about to get started on high tides. Swap the civs then, so it'll be Malians against Burgundians. Alright, and here we are for the final game on high tides. I have the map there, yes I do. So it'll be Classic Pro. Thank you, love of Huns, for the follow. We all love the Huns. Classic Pro as the yellow Malians to the west, and Daniel as the blue Burgundians to the east. And he'll start pushing in his Hunt Burgundians. I've not seen them picked on this map yet. Maybe he's thinking a Flemish militia in the feudal age. The way we've seen them on some of the more Shorefish or Men-at-Arms heavy maps. There's the alert. Japanese on high tides. Well, he went Burgundians. Malians, a typical save you'd see here with the wood discount. They can get the dock up nice and early. You know, just overall kind of smooth to play, at least through the Castle Age. No Bracer makes the imp transition awkward sometimes. But in general, just one of those decent hybrid map civs. The wood discount and the early eco matters a ton. You'll see them on Nomad, too. I think of them more as a, maybe like second tier Nomad civ, more than a hybrid map civ, but very good on the hybrid map civs no matter what. I wish the American got the girly UK pop culture reference. Unfortunately, I do not. I'll have to learn UK pop culture references while I'm at London for Red Bull. Haven't found anyone yet who does. The Mullins also do have Pierce armor for the Swordsman line. That does help out in the Man-at-Arms rush. If your opponent goes early archers, you suddenly have armor to counter it. Forces them for an early fletching. Which can sometimes be a bit awkward. If you're fighting on water and trying to add Men-at-Arms and ranges, you can be tight on wood for the blacksmith. Which also the Mullions' cheaper wood helps them get the blacksmith earlier. Got to watch, live in London, can't wait. Nice. Love of puns. We all love puns here. We all love puns. Lidicor was punning in the chat last night. And telling us how wide. Definitely did not play on a 4x3 monitor. That he instead had a widescreen. Alright, so scout fight. Daniel could send the Vil over to help. So could Classic Pro. Classic Pro is. She won't get there in time, though. And Daniel will turn and run towards his own dock Vil. Finish the dock. So both scouts losing HP, down to 15. Hard to snipe Vils at this point, even when the Vils don't have Loom. Classic Pro did do Loom, though. He did do Loom. Went for the closer dock on the side. Less fish there, but you can still do your first dock there, a second dock in the middle. And more villagers for classic pro around the elephant. Bills on the lumber camp will keep chopping wood.
Bonjour.
And loom for Daniel. So, once again, walling in the Dockville. We saw the Capoch do this to DauT, and I think it's an absolutely perfect play where you do what you can to prevent the second dock. Daniel, I think, could delete the palisade and still find room for a second dock. But much more difficult then to repair. You gotta be careful taking the shorefish on the shallows, because you can't wall the Vil, but that's where taking the early scout fight and getting HP off of Daniel's scout helps, because then the Vil can defend herself. And forward barracks from Daniel. Forward barracks, so yeah, this does indeed look like militia with that forward. And just going to the mining camp now. Very small place in his base where he needs to defend. And it'll be a couple of militia from Classic Pro. Daniel's Vils go for the gold. Militia gets a hit on the scout.
Bonjour.
There go the Vils. So, scouted. The Vils are scouted. And the barracks is scouted. So, Classic Pro knows what's happening. Here come the Flemish militia. And Men-at-Arms clicked immediately for Classic Pro. So, Vil's going to engage in the fight. Vils will be useful here as the militia will try to join the Vils. Vils attack the scout. Scout gets hit. Militia forward. They start with the dock? Nope, they both had to build the dock.
Bonjour.
Scout goes down. Daniel, nice hit on the scout. 2 HP remains. Has to be wary of the TC, though. Might have been shot had the TC been garrisoned. So, range for Classic Pros. Daniel wants a tower. Daniel wants a tower. Tower will hit most of the wood line. Will be outside the houses. Doing double bit axe himself. On water has 1 fire galley, 1 dock from both adding a fire galley. 2 fishing ships for Daniel, 3 for Classic Pro. And Vils with the militia, thinking about fighting the Men-at-Arms. Another militia forward. And ooh, the Men-at-Arms pick off the scout. He will abandon the tower, though. And when he deletes it, 151 stone, so he still can do a second tower. He's YOLOing the tower. Oh, he's going to call the GG. All right, well, easy 3-0 for Classic Pro, then. Easy 3-0 there. Daniel calls a quick GG. And, well, definitely tilted there. That was not over at all. And that puts him in a tough spot. So he needed to go take the deep fish, but other than that, was still fine on water. The rest collected the same. Well, unfortunate there. Daniel also a player who can call quick GGs. 2-1 KD for Classic Pro. Calls the GG first. Daniel versus Deduzu was quite the set, with Deduzu calling the early GGs. Well, there we go. High Tides won by Classic Pro. And for Civs, that is... what was that? Malians over Burgundians. Yeah, 5-minute game. Has Platinum started yet? Maybe we should cast one set of Platinum. I don't think I'll cast the whole thing, but maybe I'll cast the first one. Dragonstar versus Vivi right now. Oh, wait, no. That's in 58 minutes. Wait, is it not 16 GMT? Wait, is my dashboard bugged? 15:02 GMT. Wait a minute. In an hour? Did my time zone change and I'm not aware of it? Did I have daylight savings? I thought that was in March. Oh, wait, it's 15 GMT now. It's 15 GMT now. Never mind. That set was so fast, I thought, okay, you'd have Dragonstar Vivi. Right. I thought, oh, the set, oh my god. Silly me, the set started at 14 GMT. I was like, oh, the set will last 2 hours. No, the set lasted 1 hour. Well, that was fast. I was ready for the set to be done at 16 GMT and the next set to start. I was not even looking at the clock. Yeah, look at the fidgety samurai. Yeah, we could have definitely used a longer game there. So, I mean, I could cast Sobek Z40 again. Could cast Sobek Z40 for the 3rd time. Well, let's just take a look at the standings. Let's take a look at the standings. Thank you, Petita Pepipo, for the follow. Do I live in Florida via T90? I do not. I live in New Jersey. It is cold and snowy outside right now. If you hear any background noise or like weird microphone noises, that's because it's filtering out the heat that I have running in my apartment. So let's check out the standings for gold. Let's check out the standings. Boom. Yeah, that's very much not live. Let's see. So that has not been updated, I don't think. Look at hers now. So a 3-0 for Classic Pro over Daniel. Oh, it has been updated. All right. So that means Daniel actually now in 4th, losing the tiebreaker to Classic Pro. Turs now in 2nd in Group D, putting Turs in a position after he lost to Classic Pro and then lost 3-0 to Kasva, who started 1-5, but since then 2-1 over Daniel, 3-0 over Deduzu, and he faces Stone Please, who looks to be the weakest player so far in the final round. Turs in a good position. He could make it to gold. And I don't think there's any way Daniel 3-0's Kasva, how the players have been playing so far. And Kasva probably in the driver's seat to get wins against Stone Please. So Kasva's in a good place to be 1st. But Turs could be 2nd, maybe be favored in the playoff against Classic Pro even. Yeah, to Platinum. It was 50 in Chicago, Varian. Send some of that here, please. So DauT, Capoch. DauT, an unfortunate 1-2 loss for him. He still has Sobek and then Sora Kuma. Sora Kuma will be tough. But I do think it should be Sora Kuma, DauT, Capoch, the top 3 in that group. 10-2 from Sora Kuma. Very impressive. So 4-0 for Prisma also in Group A. Yeah, and Kasva got the win against Classic Pro. He did pick up the game from the win from that drop. So he's 7-2 overall. It is a really shame that Classic Pro's power went out during that game, because that was a really good game. What's happened to Fire? He's lost a lot of games. He's 1-8. Alright, well, I think I need to go and eat some food. So we'll find someone to raid, and I'm sure T90 will be online soon to cast Dr. Agonstar versus Vivi. Let me see who's still online on Twitch. Got a wreck. We casted the wreck from that game. We casted the wreck. Only the wreck went out of sync. Harris online. Ornlu's online. I don't know if Ornlu's gonna keep streaming. We can maybe raid Ornlu. So yeah, we'll send a raid over to Ornlu on Twitch. And I'll end stuff on YouTube. So I'll be back definitely tomorrow. Or I don't know if I'll cast Platinum tomorrow. Yeah, no 15-0 player. Although we could have 15-0 players in Platinum. That could happen in Platinum still. Right? Because after the first week, we had a couple of 3-0s. Right? Leary, MBL, both 3-0. Hera, 6-0 still. And then Mihai, 3-0. Mihai could be our first undefeated player. But Hera could do it. He already, I mean, Yo, one of his tougher opponents here. But I mean, he still has Heart and Vince he'd need to go 3-0 against. Who did he play? Lucho and Yo. So. Anyway, also, thank you earlier, Ragumi, for gifting the sub. I don't know if I said thanks. Thank you very much. Alright, close it in again on 300 subs, which would be great to be around 300 for the month. Hera's a very tough group to do it. That'd be impressive. All right. See you later, YouTube. I'll go put some timestamps on the VOD. See